holding your mouth right. Do you have water?
I have water.
Okay. Gotta keep you hydrated.
Yes.
You got a lot of voices to do for this one.
Oh, Lord.
This is always more widely attended. Okay, there we go. Bobsheaux is live.
I am?
You are.
Hang on.
Your mouth right.
Yes, there I am. Okay, good. Okay, so, sorry about that, everybody. I'm here, and let's see, 8 minutes late.
That's nothing. That's practically on time.
I know. I don't know what happened this morning. We had no time to prepare. And somehow we ended up being only 6 minutes late because we got it somehow right on the first try. Second time's the charm. We gotta screw everything up now here.
Okay, so we're gonna hang out for a minute. We're gonna take some voice suggestions. We're gonna chit. We're gonna chat.
Yes. Chitting and chatting are two different things, just so you know.
And once again, no anime voices, no video game voices, no SpongeBob voices, and no Nostalgia Critic voice, please.
Sorry, guys, but if you want me to do a SpongeBob voice, I'm sure I got a gun I can put to my head somewhere. Here we go.
No. Shank says, "Sexy hair, Bob."
Dos. Yes, I am gorgeous, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
Fabio hair. Let me just get my keyboard all resituated here. There we go. Okay. So how we all doing tonight? Woo! It's funny because it looks like I'm looking out at you guys, but I can't see you.
Don't ruin the magic.
Goodbye, magic. Yeah, we'll talk later.
Do you know Rocco's Modern Life? Did we talk about that last stream?
We did do Rocco, yes.
Okay, all right, just checking. Good river if you knew that one.
And I like to think I did a good job with that one. Oh, wait a minute. It just occurred to me that the microphone was not where it should be. Let me just get this resituated. Clug, clutter. We're so professional.
We are, shut up.
There we go. How do I sound?
You good?
Did I sound not as good before, or?
I wasn't paying that close of attention, but you sound good now.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Well, see, that I'm hearing you over Skype, not over YouTube, which is why there's a huge lag. Decker Shade.
Is that a voice suggestion or a user?
Yeah, I was asking if you knew who he was.
Sorry.
I have yet to spell that name correctly.
What name is that?
Takai. Or Takei, however you pronounce it. We're not answering questions about which movie he's gonna review. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's not what we're here for.
Not thoughts on movies.
Yeah. Can I briefly mention a movie that I'm excited to see about?
Yes, you should.
I am looking forward to a very particular movie starring Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh yeah! No, you need to do a trailer reaction to that one. Say no more.
Ooh, I gotta show this off.
I see you, Sean. I see you. Starting off already.
What's he doing?
I see you. Suggested Gilbert.
I have a story to share with you guys while we're waiting for more people to show up. Back in fall of last year, I think, there was a very particular Kickstarter campaign going on for a very particular product. And this was going to be the only run, as far as we know, of this product. And I knew that I had to get all over that while I could. The idea was to give this to my special lady as a Christmas present. But sadly, it arrived, and it arrived broken. They said that they would replace it along with a new batch of these products because apparently a lot of other people were having the exact same issue. And like last week, it finally came, and lo and behold, Raven is now the proud owner of Lucas the Spider.
He's so cute.
Hello, Lucas. My name is Bobsheaux.
I have too many eyeballs.
I disagree. You have the right amount of eyeballs. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Because you're adorable and you're cute.
Please don't squish me.
I am not going to squish you unless you count this as squishing. I'm squishing you with my face because I love you. Because you're adorable. Hey, you want to escape after I give you love? Free little ingrate.
If you guys are not watching the Lucas videos and begging the creator to have a whole Lucas movie, what are you doing with your life?
Really?
This is too cute.
And it has to happen before his little nephew, providing the voice of Lucas, grows out of that age bracket and can no longer do the voice of Lucas. There needs to be a movie, especially now that he's found his new friend Buzz. High five if you want to be my friend. Smack. Oh my god, I love Lucas. I can't stand it. You are too stinking adorable. And of course it goes without saying that I had to get one of these guys for myself, so.
Yay.
Yeah, no way I could get just one of them. I love you, Raven, but gotta treat myself sometimes.
Yes, you do. I would have been sad. I was prepared to share it with you, remember?
Yes, you were.
I wanted you to have one, too.
And I do, so you don't have to worry about that. There is Lucas the Spider.
I am writing down all sorts of things, suggestions, that I have no idea who these people are, so...
Can we get a hint of one?
What's that?
Can we throw one unfamiliar name out there so I can get a hint of what's available?
Dipper?
Dipper.
Marble? Slappy? Great Uncle Ford? Grunkle Stan?
Okay.
I'm writing him down. And
Write him down. Write him down.
Don't get upset when we say when he passes, all right? That's the thing. You gotta suggest these things that he has no way, especially if these are anime things or video game things.
Or if I try them and they end up being terrible. Because you never know. Have there been any voices that I've tried and failed at?
There was one.
I mean, maybe you.
Yeah, I have to. Everyone else seems to love it, but I'm really not thrilled with your impersonation of me. I don't know. There was one voice that you did that I was just like, because I've never heard you do a voice, and it just struck me because it was and now I can't remember what it was.
Might as well be betrayal.
Yes, betrayal.
Dun 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 dun. Betrayal, betrayal, betrayed me.
I feel like I should know some of these people. J.K. Simmons?
J.K. Simmons. He was the actor who played J. Jonah Jameson in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man.
Okay.
And he was the mayor in Zootopia.
Gotcha.
Yes. Now he's the voice of Farmer's Market.
Farmer's Market?
Or Farmer's Insurance. Because they've seen a thing or two. We are
him?
farmers. Bum ba-dum bum 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 bum. Yes.
Okay, there you go. So still got a few minutes.
And how many we got so far?
Oh, I'm writing these down.
Mm-hmm.
4, 5, 8. About 40. 30 to 40, somewhere in there.
Yes. How do you take 5-minute stories and stretch them out to over an hour? Give them to Bobsheaux.
That's right.
Shall we do the same
Gosh,
block
I can't keep up. If I miss it, you guys, I'm so sorry.
Question to distract you from your task of gathering names. Do we want to do the same block of stories from before or a new one?
Ba-dum. I don't know. We should probably do a new one, huh?
Maybe.
Unless there's any objections. Is there anyone that showed up, they were sad that they missed the other live stream and they really want to hear one or the other of the stories? We can work with you on this.
Yes, we can.
What did we have last time?
Last time we had Small Hero, Big Thrills, Not Easy Being Big and Green, Freaky Thor Day, and The Rise of a New Team.
Okay. So if any of those you guys showed up specifically to hear those stories read, now is your time to let us know.
Yes.
Otherwise we're going to pick a different block. We might pick a different block plus that one story, so.
Maybe.
I'm still writing. This is boring for you guys.
And
ask questions. I'll pass them on. Just don't ask about opinions on movies.
And this still has that new book smell.
I think you ought to ask Black Lantern Dave to video himself reading the bonus book to his crew of little boys.
Oh my god, that would be adorable. Yes, I have said before that we don't see a whole lot of Black Lantern Dave these days because he is a family man, and taking care of one's family has to take priority over showing up in his little brother's dumb little videos. But, do we have anybody in here who's seeing this for the first time?
Oh, yes. I'm sure we do. We've already got 25 people.
25, as opposed to how many last time?
I don't remember.
But not 25.
No, there's 24. They're coming and going. Yeah, I don't. I am seeing lots of new names too.
Shall I reveal to these new people what the bonus book was last time?
No.
No.
Make them wait. Be surprised.
My brother is a big fan of a very particular franchise, a franchise of which our bonus book belongs. And now I'm going over it in my head, and I'm thinking, yeah, it would be hilarious to get him on video reading it to his 3 boys.
Because I have heard that he is also talented at doing voice impressions.
Yes, that is why he is very good at playing D&D, because he really gets into it. He paints a picture with the various voices that he uses like I do. Oh, if only D&D wasn't so boring.
We're not familiar with Gravity Falls.
And I instantly just alienated my entire D&D playing fan base. That's not what I was trying to do.
Hey, I'm into D&D. Well, I'm into tabletop role-playing games in general. My World of Darkness is more my thing, but I do like D&D. And I can still date him even though he's not into it. So you guys can deal.
Seriously. I just love for a good game of Mutants and Masterminds again. That was awesome. It's like Dungeons and Dragons, but starring superheroes. And this is just my interpretation of the game of D&D. It's all about rolling dice, and to me that just doesn't sound very fun.
That's your DM. That is not... You're wrong. You were introduced to it by somebody that apparently doesn't know how to play. Doesn't know how to run a game. I'm sorry if that was your dad or your brother, but...
It was my dad, it was my brother, it was my uncle, all of whom really love the game and who are able to inspire that same love in other people.
I don't get it at all.
I don't get it either.
I've played entire sessions where I've rolled dice, I'm not talking about 3-hour sessions, where I've rolled dice 10, 15 times at most. The rest was role play.
Yes, Mutants
Now,
and
if you were just
Masterminds,
like,
at least to me anyway, seemed a lot more.
Another thing after another thing after another skill check after another save, something like maybe you'd have to roll dice that often, but otherwise, that's not letting you role play.
A handful of times I tried playing with my brother and her friends, and I brain just melted. Oh my god, this is so dull. My turn? Okay, what's happening? I don't know. I guess I'll do this. Roll that. Alright. What happened? Okay, good. I'll try to not fall asleep until it's my turn again.
Yeah, this is definitely not it. That's not D&D.
It's me. I know it is.
Did you guys have... If any of you are D&D nerds like me, if any of you are critters, have you contributed to the Kickstarter? It's almost... Last I checked, it was almost at $9 million of their $750,000 goal.
For those of you who aren't contributing to that particular Kickstarter... come to us. Raider and I have a GoFundMe that we're trying to get.
We can't send them to us because we haven't set it up yet.
No. You're right. We got to do that first. But yeah, I mentioned this briefly in another video back in January, which I got to follow up on. Raider and I are trying to get together in August to celebrate our 5th anniversary, and it would be much easier to do that if we got a little GoFundMe thing going on. I love all of you guys who are contributing to my Patreon, but that's going towards my bills. I cannot pay for anything extravagant with what's going on there. You guys are helping me make this a job, and thank you. I love you guys for it. But now we need something a little bit extra, you understand. So that's the point of the GoFundMe that we're seeking to put together there. Yes.
But there's going to be some really cool rewards.
Yes.
And fun things that we're going to do with you guys and going to do for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
For contributing, so
keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, we've even kicked around maybe doing a live meet and greet kind of thing there in California, but we'll see how it works out.
Indeed. So where are we at, baby?
We need to get started in 4 more minutes. And I've been talking to you instead of... what's your favorite Indiana Jones movie and why? That seems pretty safe to answer.
Yes. I gotta say Raiders. Why? Don't know. It just seems like that is the movie. If the other movies never happened,
which is the one where the guy comes with the swords and he takes out the guns and just shoots it.
That's Raiders.
That's my favorite.
Oh, Harrison Ford, you're a card.
You know the story behind that, don't you?
Oh, yes.
Sick as a dog, and he was supposed to do this elaborate fight scene. He's like, screw it, I'm sick. Pow! Scene's over.
And miraculously, the swordman just went with it.
It worked well.
That's such a good story.
Matt R75 wants to know if you've ever been to Mexico before.
I have been to Mexico, yes. Not as a vacation, but on a couple of mission trips with my church. We went there to tidy up and do some repainting for this. I wouldn't call it a sister church exactly. That implies the similar thing within like 2 neighboring towns or something. I don't know. But just this one particular church that we were really familiar with. So, yeah. And afterwards there was a little bit of sightseeing after that in Ensenada, down in Baja. So, and please excuse the dogs.
They'll stop eventually.
Eventually, yes.
Where did you get that Science Theater poster behind you?
I got that from my loving parents, who spent $1,000 on the Kickstarter campaign for MST3K's revival to give me a seat to the premiere in Los Angeles and all of the subsequent lower tiers beneath it, which included things like these posters, the MST3K coffee mug, which miraculously did not show up broken like so many others have, the keychains, the patches, all that fun stuff. So, yeah. Got that from the crew of MST3K, and I love it. Let's see, who do we got here?
I have one too.
Yes, you do. I wish these autographs were more legible. I think we've got Joel Hodgson there, maybe? Is that JR? Is that Jonah Ray? Hard to tell. But either way, yep. There it is, autographed by the cast and crew of Mystery Science Theater, The Revival. Oh, I hope there's going to be a season 13. Come on.
There has to be.
Season 13. It can't just simply end with The Gauntlet.
Yeah, we need more.
My baby was just getting into it.
Do another Kickstarter.
Yes. Does that have to happen? If it has to happen, we'll help you.
We'll do it. I don't know. Critical Role took the record away from them.
Record schmeckard, whatever. Just
That's okay. They were cheering on the Critical Role team. It was amazing.
just as long
They
as
even contributed.
just as long as we can get
Hodgins contributed.
yes, just as long as they get what they need for another season to happen. Let's make it happen, people.
Okay, and one more question, and then it'll be time to start. Have you ever tried, or which is your favorite monster cereal? Count Chocula, Frankenberry, or Boo Berry?
Now that you mention it, I don't think I've ever tried any of those cereals.
They're all garbage.
Yes, but
I never even
but I'm sure
fed
they're
my
tasty
kids
garbage.
My kids don't eat cereal. They turn their nose up at it, much like their mother.
You know, that is a subject that we will have to hang on to for a stream in October. Bobsheaux tries Blueberry, Frankenberry, and Count Chocula. Blah.
Oh my goodness.
That would be great. Ooh, I can show up in my jammies. It'll be fun.
There you go.
And while we're doing that, I'm watching Saturday morning cartoons.
All right, are we ready?
We are ready. What
Do
stories
we know
are
what
we
we're
reading?
doing? No one has said that I saw has said they showed up for a specific story. But I think you should do the block that doesn't contain Freaky Thor Day, because I know that was one of the ones that everyone wanted to hear last time. So do whatever block you want to do, plus Freaky Thor Day, and then the bonus book.
Do whatever block I want to do plus Freaky Thor Day?
Yes.
Okay. So, 5 stories here.
Yeah.
Let's see,
Well, that way maybe you don't read the encore book, the bonus book twice this time.
Fair enough. Let's do the first one. starting with Daybreak. What do we got first in terms of voices?
Elmer Fudd.
One morning, while Captain America, Black Widow, and Hawkeye were training on the beach, they saw something frightening. A bright beam of light pierced the sky and almost split it in two. Then, as suddenly as it appeared, it vanished. The Avengers stopped in their tracks. That was perfect. They actually let me say the word twacks.
Next voice.
Keep going or next voice?
Next voice. Next voice will be Bugs Bunny.
Yeah. What was that, Doc? Asked Hawkeye. Lightning? Captain America suggested. But there ain't a cloud in the sky, and Thor's back at Avengers Tower, said Black Widow. I better go check it out. It's probably nothing, Cap said. But you two should head back to the helicarrier and fill in Fury.
Next voice.
Yes.
By the way, I've decided that this time I'm going to be throwing in my picks every once in a while, just to break it up. Because I mean, you guys are suggesting like all the Bugs Bunny-esque characters all in one block, and all these other characters all in one block. So just to break it up a little bit, can we have some Sean Connery, please?
Moments later, Captain America took one of the S.H.I.E.L.D. Harbor patrol units out to sea. Nick Fury directed him from a screen on the dashboard. You should see the island by now, Cap, he said. I don't see anything, just a lot of debris. According to this map, Fury said, you shouldn't even be in the water anymore. You should be on land. Suddenly, the communication screen flickered and hissed. Cap could no longer see or talk to Nick Fury. The screen went dark for a moment, and then Red Skull's face appeared. Beautiful day, isn't it, Captain? He said, laughing. Oh yeah, because that looks so much like he's laughing.
How's your Doctor Strange?
Pass.
That's okay. Nick Fury?
Schmidt! Captain America growled. What have you done, Schmidt? Just sent a little message, or a dozen. The screen began flashing with video clips that showed other landmarks, mountains, and monuments disintegrating seconds after being hit with a blinding light similar to the one the Avengers had seen that morning. But how? Another Infinity Gem? Cap asked. No, I've harnessed a new force unlike that of the gods, Red Skull smirked. Then what's the point of this senseless destruction? Cap asked. Oh, just the sworn allegiance of every world leader by sunrise tomorrow, Red Skull replied. Anyone who does not comply will find they no longer have a country to lead. The screen flickered again and went black. And,
Okay.
and Red Skull's in space. Okay.
Cool Cat.
Always freaking cool cat.
Always.
Captain America couldn't believe Red Skull's claims were true. He called Fury. Do we have confirmation that any of those images are real? I've sent Avengers to do recon on some of the sites, Fury said. Oh no! I still need someone to check on the others. Will you do it, Cap? Just tell me where to begin, said Captain America. Exquisite!
Johnny Depp's Captain Jack Sparrow.
It was the same at every site the Avengers visited that day. They only believed it because they had seen it with their own eyes. Hawkeye was at Mount Rushmore, and he noticed one of the faces in the mountain was missing. In Egypt, Black Widow found that some ancient landmarks had been scrubbed away, as if erased from time. Luckily, so far, all Red Skull's targets had been uninhabited. But Cap shuddered when he thought about Red Skull making good on his threat at dawn. I won't give him the chance, Cap vowed. Oh, and just, some random landmark in Egypt disappeared. You mean one of the frickin' pyramids? It's kind of a big deal.
Next voice is Spock.
Back at S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters, Fury slammed his hand on the console in frustration. Where could a device powerful enough to wipe out entire mountain ranges be hiding? Fury asked. And somehow also be able to reach every corner of the Earth, Cap added. He tapped on the touchscreen and pulled up a map. These are all the known blast sites. They've scattered across the globe. How could he move a weapon like that without someone noticing? Then Cap and Fury stared at the map silently for a moment. Cap snapped his fingers. Fascinating, he said. No. He's not moving it. What did he do then?
Barbarossa.
Barbossa?
Barbossa. Yeah, that one. Sorry.
Cap tapped some coordinates into the computer. The screen pulled up satellite images of space, then zoomed in on the sun. Cat touched the screen again, and the camera revealed the silhouette of a hulking metallic space station against the furious amber glow of the sun's surface. He must be using something on this station to focus the thermonuclear energy of the sun and turn it into a powerful weapon.
Of course! Don't you know anything about science? Next.
Tommy Wiseau.
Fury drummed his fingers on the screen. Well, if we can't take out the sun, then we take out his device! Finished Cap. The sun's 92 million miles away. Sunrise is in a few hours, but we need to get the spot of the first sunrise. But it is a risky move. We may not make it there in time. Cap took a deep breath. I can go. I might need Tony Stark for a few quick modifications first, though. What a funny story, Cap.
Jack Nicholson.
High atop Mount Hikurangi in New Zealand, where the sun first hits the Earth every day, Captain America watched the countdown clock on his wrist communicator tick away the minutes until dawn. Are you sure you want to do this alone, Cap? Fury's voice came over the headset. We only have one chance to get this right, Captain America said. If it doesn't work, it's better that the rest of the Avengers be on hand to respond. At that moment, Red Skull's face appeared on television, computer, and phone screens across the planet. I understand that you have failed to meet my demands. We will never submit to you, Cap said. Then you'll pay the ultimate price. Red Skull's transmission cut off.
As you can see, I'm a lot happier.
A lot happier.
Davy Jones.
A sharp beam of white light cut through the sky, racing toward Captain America. Cap angled his shield toward the incoming ray. When it hit the shield, the air around Captain America seemed to explode. He grunted as he fought against the force of the beam, its energy relentlessly cascading off the shield's rounded surface.
Whew. I do love an accent.
You getting squishy?
Where were we? What are we doing?
We are streaming, for the kiddies.
Oh, that's right. Rocco.
A little decorum, please.
I'm so sorry.
Wow, Captain America's feet in this shot look really tiny. Oh, hi, Rob Liefeld.
Cap heard Red Skull's mocking voice over his headset. Captain Rogers, even a creation as remarkable as you has limits. You can't be everywhere at once, and I can recalibrate my laser to hit any part of the Earth at any time, he hissed. Let me demonstrate. The beam cut off suddenly and then reappeared a few yards away, slicing into the earth near Cap's feet. Black smoke rose through the air as the ground was obliterated. The mountain began to collapse into the void.
Next voice. George Takei.
But Cap knew what to do.
He flipped his shield so the inside, with Iron Man's updates, faced out like a reflective lens, and then he leapt beneath the beam one more time. Cap took a few staggering steps back. His hands shook with the effort of holding the shield steady, angling it just so. Because light is very heavy, you understand. So the shield grew red hot, then white hot, but it did not yield, and neither did Cap. Oh my. Suddenly, the beam itself seemed to grow brighter. It reversed direction, reflecting off the shield and shooting back into the sky. And then it abruptly disappeared. Next.
Next voice is Captain Hook.
Cap took a shaky breath and braced himself for another attack, but it didn't come. He heard Fury's voice over his headset. You did it, Cap! Satellite images confirm you destroyed the magnifier! Next voice.
Captain America?
Pass.
Oh, fuck. Gilbert Gottfried.
Later, when Cap returned to the S.H.I.E.L.D. helicarrier... No interruptions, please.
You're quietly nauseous.
He had one burning question for Fury. Any sign of Red Skull? Cap asked. We've sent a wreckage unit to search, but so far there's no sign of him. Captain America nodded. At least we destroyed that thing. Yes, Fury said. Then he chuckled. You're like a whole new level of sunblock. SPF Cap. Wah, wah, wah.
That is terrible.
I am sick of all these mother effing puns in this mother effing book.
Can you do Ren and or Stimpy?
Just one. Small hero, big thrills. You've heard of Captain America and Iron Man, but do you know about Ant-Man? You may have missed him. He's only a few inches tall. But just because he's small doesn't mean he isn't a big hero. One night, when Scott Lang was walking home with a teddy bear for his daughter Cassie, two police cars sped by him with their sirens blaring. He was so close to home and not too happy to see that some sort of crisis was happening near where he and his daughter lived. Stimpy sounds weird, I know. Pardon me. Next.
Next is Jack Skellington.
When he looked where the police were heading, he saw that a band of the Avengers' fiercest foes was loose again. A normal person would have done the sensible thing. Run for cover! But Scott Lang had a secret. He was not just a good guy with a young daughter. When he put on his costume, he became Ant-Man! Surprised, aren't you?
Bill Cipher?
Pass.
Gaston.
Ant-Man was no fool, though. He knew he should call for help rather than take on all the foes by himself. He pulled out his phone and called Avengers Tower to report the attack. The Avengers were on their way. Phew, Ant-Man thought. But just as he started to relax, the supervillains were on the move. I can't just let them go, he thought. I've got to do something, even if the Avengers aren't here yet.
Professor Farnsworth.
What? When Scott thought about Cassie being so close, he got angry. No, he thought. I won't allow these bullies to get away. Knowing the Avengers would be there soon, Ant-Man jumped into action. All he had to do was slow down the villains until the Avengers arrived, and then the superheroes would help. Ant-Man started with Batroc, a martial arts expert sporting a tacky gold and purple suit. Even supervillains should dress sharp. Wardstrom!
Jafar.
After Batroc, Ant-Man took aim at the biggest villain of the bunch, a giant head with tiny arms and legs called MODOK. This time, he called out to his flying insect friends and mounted a full assault right at MODOK's eye. Nothing can beat the swarm, and just as the other foes were going to turn on Ant-Man, some of the Avengers arrived. Next voice.
Yzma.
With the Avengers' help, none of the sinister villains would go free. Ant-Man may not have been as strong as Hulk, or have flown as fast as Thor, or even have had all the cool gadgets that Iron Man did, but he sure was useful as they and some of the other Avengers tracked down the rest of the villains.
Invader Zim.
Eh? While the Avengers were going after the bad guys, Ant-Man surprisingly was best suited to take on Ultron by himself. The other Avengers couldn't crack Ultron's sturdy armor, but the tiniest hero didn't even have to try.
Oogie Boogie.
He simply sent his flying ants into Ultron's mouth and asked them to start pulling on every wire they could find inside. Ultron never stood a chance.
Here we go. Grunkle Stan.
No. Pass.
Okay. Great Uncle Ford.
Pass.
If these are anime or video game names, guys, I'm gonna stop taking
I think it's from Gravity Falls or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, sorry. You can suggest stuff like that, but he doesn't. We don't watch Gravity Falls, so.
Sorry.
Dipper or Marble? I don't even know what those are.
No, sorry.
Might also be from Gravity Falls. Nick Wilde from Zootopia.
Hawkeye found Baron von Strucker and Arnim Zola in a nearby warehouse. Hey, Ant-Man, Hawkeye called. I've got an idea. You want to help? Hey, you bet, Hawkeye. As Hawkeye fired his arrow at the two villains, neither of them suspected that another superhero was sitting at the end of it. In your face, evildoers, Ant-Man shouted. They never knew what or who hit them.
That's pretty good Jason Bateman there.
Oh, was it? Thank you.
Yeah. Next is Christopher Walken.
Always a classic. Black Widow tracked AIM agents to a lab, but the door was locked. She asked Ant-Man for assistance. Together, they were able to get inside the lab quickly and quietly and spring a big surprise on the would-be conquerors. Wow. Great work, Ant-Man, Black Widow said. Next. Oh, what's that?
Oogie Loves. One of the Oogie Loves.
Oh, God. Much to Iron Man's surprise, the Crimson Dynamo had upgraded his armor. Even Iron Man, the Iron Man, needed a little help from Ant-Man. Talk about leveling up, and this just sounds like Cool Cat, doesn't it?
It really does. Let's do some schloofy.
Oh, God.
As the day came to an end, Ant-Man had become friends with the Avengers. Okay. Ant-Man gets to become friends with the Avengers. But now he gets to become friends with Schloofy. He had helped them defeat many of the foes. Iron Man asked whether Ant-Man wanted to go with them to fight other villains, but was surprised when Ant-Man said, "Thanks a lot, Iron Man, but I'm gonna pass on this one." Iron Man asked, "Why is that? You have bigger villains to catch?" Ant-Man laughed at Iron Man's friendly question.
Okay, that's not schloofy. God.
You just want to hug him, don't you?
Kind of.
Look at all these presents that came from the friends that we, the Oogie Loves, made today.
that nice for you?
Let's see. You got to go have a big adventure and make new friends when I stayed at home.
Alone? Heavily medicated?
Heavily medicated. Poor Snoopy.
Someone said, Goofy Toofy, pick up your pants.
No! No, Goofy Toofy, pick up your pants.
You'd rather him leave him down?
How about you wear a friggin' belt? Ugh. Next voice.
The next voice, King Kong?
Pass.
Okay. Let's have a sample of all of the Jokers, please. That you wish to do. Any that you do not consider the Joker, feel free to leave out.
Of course. As totally awesome as it was to help the Avengers save the city, and it was awesome, Ant-Man had something more important to do than play hero. It must be pretty important, said Captain America. Not it, Cap, said Ant-Man. She. My daughter is at home waiting for me. I got a teddy bear to deliver. But with his costume put away, Scott Lang was just Scott Lang again. Being a superhero was important, but being a great dad was even more important. Cassie was thrilled to see her dad when he arrived, and even happier to see her new teddy bear. She gave her dad the biggest hug ever. Now I feel like a hero, Scott thought. Thank you.
Very good, but you left out one.
Did I?
Yes.
Who did I leave out?
Jerome?
I have shamed me. Slap my hand.
You have smack.
Alright, I'll redo that last little bit there, since I skipped him, sorry.
Yes, you have to rehear the other part.
Cassie was thrilled to see her dad when he arrived, and even happier to see her new teddy bear. She gave her dad the biggest hug ever. Now I feel like a hero. You know?
Please, Gotham gods, do not ruin Cameron Monaghan.
What's going on?
Don't make him ugly and crazy. Don't make him a burn victim. What the hell are you doing?
It looks like they're making him into the bad guy from the end of the Last Crusade. It looks like he drank from the wrong cup.
Oh God. Do you know who J.K. Oh yeah, you did know J.K. Simmons. Do J.K. Simmons.
Yes, and we are starting No I in Team. Clint Barton and Natasha Romanoff, better known to the world as Hawkeye and Black Widow, practice together every morning. One day they decided to train in the park. The two old friends playfully ran through their exercises, trying to outdo each other. Natasha, want to make a training a little more interesting today? Oh my. Oh, what do you mean? Said Black Widow.
I think you know.
Next.
Next is, oh, for Pete's sake. Why do you guys hate me?
What is it?
Pee Wee Herman.
I'm sorry, what?
Pee Wee Herman.
We can't hear you.
Pee Wee Herman!
Ah!
Oh, God.
That's right! Pee Wee Herman is the secret word!
I hate you so much.
I bet you a big breakfast that I can hit target from 100 yards. Please, Natasha snorted. You could do that in your sleep. Do it with more than one arrow and maybe I'll be impressed. Okay, how about 3 at once, said Clint. Black Widow grinned. This I have to see. Then she rubbed her stomach. I can't wait for breakfast! Ha!
Oh.
Almost done, almost done.
Oh god, this is a long passage. I hate you so much.
Hawkeye loaded 3 arrows into his bow. He pulled back on the bowstring and shot all 3 toward the target at once. Each arrow hit the bullseye! Think you can top that, Natasha? He smirked. And now we're done! Wasn't that great, boys and girls?
Then stop! You're done, be done. Jeez. Okay, I need a palate cleanser. Antonio Banderas.
And welcome back to the, how do you say, yes show. I can do it with my eyes shut. Black Widow closed her eyes and shot 2 bolts from her Widow's Bite gauntlets. Both shots hit the target in the tiny space between...
Ring, ring, ring.
I'm sorry! I have to take this!
You have to take this. Well, guys, I guess we'll have to put the story on hold for the moment. Raven has to take a phone call. So rude.
Shut up, it's about my kid.
Yes, this is important. We'll wait. Are the speakers hooked up to the bathroom? Oh, Mike! We're waiting for you, Mike! A little hard to go with all this pressure, isn't it, Mike? Mike! Get out! I love that bit. Hope everything's okay. Don't know what could be going on, but you never know. Let's see what you guys are saying in chat real quick.
I'm sorry about that. That was my neighbor calling to request that my son go and watch her dogs for her on Wednesday. And I'm like, I'm live streaming, what do you want?
Everything all right?
I didn't. Yes, she just wanted to, like I said, schedule him to go over there on Wednesday.
Good.
Like, send me a text. It's okay. Send me a text. I'll get you. Send me a text. No problem. Leave me alone. Okay.
Leave Raven alone!
Oh, God.
I'm serious!
This is so stressful. Where were we? Oh, you were doing something good.
Yes, I was
Antonio Banderas.
regaling you with Antonio Banderas.
Yes.
You know, just to watch the taste of Pee-wee Harriet out of your brain!
Okay, that's it. You're on your own. Goodbye.
No, I'm sorry.
Towards you.
I'm sorry, come back. Well, okay then, Hawkeye said with a laugh. I guess hitting targets is one thing. But who do you think is better at stopping actual bad guys? Next.
Are you familiar with Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Yes. Who are they suggesting?
Oh, well, it's not time for it, but he keeps suggesting it, so I wanted you to... Can you do Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Me, definitely, Natasha said. I'm not so sure.
You don't listen.
Hmm?
I said it's not time yet. I was just trying to figure out if you had... Go ahead and do it now.
Yeah, you think you're the best? Well, let's find out. Why don't we split up today and see who can stop the most bad guys? You're on. What do I win? Black Widow asked. If you win, you mean, Hawkeye said. The winner gets the honor of being the best agent ever. Black Widow seemed doubtful. And breakfast. For a week, Hawkeye added. Deal, said Black Widow. Hawkeye extended his hand to shake on it, but Black Widow was already off.
Really? Their steaks are breakfast? Okay.
Okay. Bart Simpson.
Pass.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Hawkeye looked around. There had been some rumors about strange lights deep in the woods. He decided to check it out. As he crept through the forest, he heard the buzzing and whirring of machines. Hawkeye slipped behind a large tree trunk and peeked around the side. He saw a squad of robots patrolling the edge of the woods, clearing a path toward the city with their lasers. Huh, Hawkeye thought. What kind of robot does landscaping? Hawkeye leapt up onto a nearby stump and drew an arrow. Hey, Bugbots, what you doing? The robot stopped and turned to face Hawkeye. Hello, he said. Now I'm sounding like the grandma who first read the Winky Wonky Donkey.
That was good.
It was.
That was a very good Mrs. Doubtfire, I must say.
Thank you.
It's the first time I think I've heard you do that, maybe. Okay, here we go. Lucas the Spider.
Oh no.
Yes!
Oh, I can't do him. He's too precious.
For real? Are you passing for real?
No.
That's not what you do it.
I'm going to attempt it. I'm going to attempt it.
The robots all began firing at Hawkeye with their lasers. He dove down and took cover. Was it something I said? The blast continued to hit the area around him in rapid succession. He snapped one arrow after another at the robots. Soon there was only a pile of smoking metal rubble and sparking wires in the field.
That was good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I have too
Okay.
many eyeballs.
You have just the right amount of eyeballs.
There's a giant robot over there. I think it's a polar bear. I'm gonna boop him on the nose.
Oh.
Ah, don't eat me!
So cute.
Ugh.
Can't stand it. Winnie the Pooh.
Hawkeye called Black Widow on his wrist communicator. I'm up to 10 already, Natasha. Are you sure you don't want to quit? I never quit, Natasha whispered. But I have to call you back, Clint. I'm in the middle of something.
Oh my. No, actually, apparently she's fighting Disney's gargoyles. Okay.
Sam Neill.
Pass.
Angry Grandpa?
Angry Grandpa.
It's a character. I don't know.
I don't know. Pass.
Will Smith.
Black Widow knocked out some evil blue alien warriors, but when she looked down at the shadowy alleyway below, she saw a swarm of them advancing toward the city's harbor. After taking a few running steps, Black Widow leapt off the roof and into the massive creatures below. Sorry to drop in unannounced, she said. The warriors immediately surrounded her, but Black Widow didn't flinch. She moved in a blur, kicking, punching, and blasting the warriors out of her way until the alley was clear. Next.
Eric Cartman.
Ah! God damn it! Her wrist-com rang again, just as the last warrior started charging her. Hang on, Clint! I'm gonna take me a while to count up these guys, she said, before sweeping the warrior's leg and dropping him to the ground in two quick but powerful moves. Respect my authority! I said it's a bad warrior! A smack on the head!
Oh, this one will be fun. Brent.
Oh, Lord.
Natasha, Clint. Black Widow looked at her wrist. Nick Fury was on the comm screen. We don't have time for games, Fury said. We're getting reports of a multi-point alien invasion in the city. I just cleared a squad of robots in the forest, said Hawkeye. Black Widow nodded. And I just intercepted a troop of warriors in the warehouse district. So it's already begun, Fury said.
The telecommunications are down. You need to get to S.H.I.E.L.D. teleport as soon as possible. Because the city is being attacked by birds.
That was good.
Ugh. Hate you.
Tom Servo.
Yeah, there you go. Anytime that Pee-wee's thrown your way, just throw a little Brent my way as vengeance.
There you go.
Ugh.
Don't tempt me.
On Black Widow's motorcycle, she and Hawkeye scouted the downtown dockyards. Everything looked normal at first, but then the dock workers began to attack. They were guards in disguise. The men charged toward Hawkeye and Black Widow. "I'll drive," Black Widow shouted. "You clear a path." Next.
John Wayne.
Black Widow leaned forward and accelerated. As they drove through the cluster of guards, Hawkeye fired at the bad guys from the back of the bike. They saw a heavily guarded warehouse ahead. "Looks like they infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D.'s heliport, Pilgrim," Black Widow said. She skidded the bike to a halt. She and Hawkeye fought off the guards as they made their way through the door. Next.
Kronk.
"Whatever they're hiding must be important," Hawkeye said as he fired arrows 3 at a time into the throng. "Which means we need to find out what it is!" Black Widow knocked out 2 brutes out of the way with an expert roundhouse kick. "And stop it!" Hawkeye finished for her. Together, the agents took down the guards one by one. Next.
Adam West.
Suddenly, they heard a loud noise. "Natasha, the door!" Hawkeye pointed to a large loading dock, where a heavy steel gate was lowering. That was where they needed to go. "Quick, get in, and I'll disable the alarms," he said.
Oh, God.
What's that?
Me.
Don't worry, this is a short one.
Oh, good.
Black Widow nodded and dove under the closing gate while Hawkeye took out the alarm box with one precise shot. My naughty boys and girls.
Larry the Cable Guy, or, if you prefer, Mater.
Black Widow opened up the door again for Hawkeye. Once inside, they crept down a long hall that led to a large door. Clint pointed toward the door and then held up 2 fingers, saying, "Read between the lines, Toots." Letting Natasha know that there were 2 guards there. Natasha nodded and suddenly leapt out into the middle of the hall. She blasted both guards at once. "You could have left one for me," Hawkeye grumbled as he knelt down to hack the security pad. Just then, Nick Fury called in with an update.
Next. Lord Cinema from the Pup Star Review.
Lord who?
Lord Cinema?
From the Pup Star Review?
Yeah, was that not the one where you were talking to Lord Cinema?
My Morgan Freeman voice. Gotcha.
Yes, Morgan Freeman. There you go.
Cap, Thor, and Iron Man are busy fighting aliens on the bridges and tunnels to keep them from spreading to the tri-state area. You guys are in charge of shutting down the source. Got it, agents? Got it, Hawkeye and Black Widow replied. The door slid open to reveal a courtyard, and Hawkeye and Black Widow both inhaled sharply. Hundreds of green brutes charged toward them. Well, actually, more like one. I never was good with the maths. So, are we still keeping a tally? Black Widow yelled as she began to blast through the Legion. Clint counted off each arrow strike with a smile. 22, 23, 24. So now it's Lord of the Rings. That still only counts as 1!
Next, boys, Crow T-Bot.
After the invasion had been thwarted, Clint and Natasha returned to S.H.I.E.L.D. headquarters for debriefing. "Great work," Nick Fury said. "You're definitely the best." Black Widow and Hawkeye glanced at each other. They didn't know whom Fury meant. "That is the best when you're working together," Fury added, giving them a stern look. Black Widow and Hawkeye smiled at each other. "I think we can agree on that," said Black Widow. "Definitely," Hawkeye said. But can we still get breakfast? I'm hungry. Oh, jeez. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Bah.
All of the penguins.
And that is a good way to start. Practice makes perfect. Tony Stark was constantly inventing new types of Iron Man armor. Before breakfast, Tony might tinker with a suit that could withstand freezing temperatures. After lunch, he might perfect that suit that could move underwater. In his spare time, he might even doodle an idea for a suit that could go into outer space. He was like a kid with the coolest toy model kit money could buy. But Tony's latest suit could do something the others couldn't. Snap itself together at his command. He started at a dismantled suit on a nearby table and yelled, "Send me the arm!" Instantly, a piece of the suit flew over and attached itself to Tony's arm and hand. "Now send the rest!" he commanded. Other parts whizzed toward Tony, covering him piece by piece. The voice-activated suit had attached itself to Tony in 15 seconds flat. "Not bad," he said with a satisfied nod. He'd been testing the suit's speed. Just then, Crimson Dynamo smashed through the window of Tony's lab. Crimson Dynamo also had a suit of armor, but he used his to commit crimes. The only thing that ever stood in the villain's way was Iron Man. "Stop standing in my way, Iron Man!"
That's another one of my favorites, I have to say.
Robin Lord Taylor is such a child. I love his performance as
amazing.
Penguin.
And I can't think of the name of the actor, but my God. Ed. The Riddler. Ed Nigma. He is so good.
We never learned his name.
He's just Ed.
We're terrible
Just the
fans.
Riddler. We really are. We'll see him in the spin-off that better frickin' happen.
It better.
And they better take everybody with them except Barbara. I think she gonna die.
No. As stubborn as she has been throughout this entire frickin' show, she'll find a way to wheedle her way into the next one.
I'm evil, I promise.
You did
crazy.
nothing in the first season but wander around from one episode to another, and then all of a sudden your parents are dead because evil?
Crazy.
Crazy?
Evil, crazy. Yes, that's Barbara. Loose cannon.
Jerome is the loose cannon! Who are you?
Johnny Depp's Mad Hatter.
Back on track.
Dynamo had just broken out of jail. Now he would have his revenge on the man who had put him in there in the first place. "You must pay, Tony Stark," the supervillain demanded. "Sure," Tony began. Cash or credit card?" Annoyed at Tony's joke, Crimson Dynamo lunged forward. "Oh, not today, but soon," the evil villain snickered to himself. Iron Man didn't waste any time. He immediately beat back the metal monolith with his gauntlets!
I love when you do that.
Thank you.
Alright, did that one. Christopher Lloyd.
It looked like Iron Man would stand triumphant, but Tony Stark wasn't the only one who'd given his costume an upgrade. Like Tony, Crimson Dynamo was also a brilliant inventor, and he had built in a new feature to his electrically powered suit. With a push of a blue button, he sent all his electric current outward into Tony's suit. Great Scott! Completely overloaded, Iron Man's metal shell short-circuited. Next.
Woody Woodpecker?
Pass.
Alec Guinness? Alec Guinness?
As Tony's suit began to shut down, Crimson Dynamo hurled Iron Man into a wall. "I don't understand," Tony said to his computer assistant Jarvis. "How is Crimson Dynamo able to do all that with just the push of a button?" "Your suit can't handle that much power all at once," Jarvis responded. But before the suit turned off completely, Tony fired a weak repulsor blast at Crimson Dynamo, but was unable to stop the villain. Crimson Dynamo left cackling. He's more machine now than villain. Next.
And yes, we're hoping there's going to be some sort of spin-off when Gotham ends.
There needs to be. Come
There
on.
should, if there is a God, there will be, because there's two. We have to see that boy continue to grow up into Batman.
Yes. If a Batman spin-off show doesn't happen, people at Warner's, please make a movie with him as Batman. We're not gonna care if it's in continuity with the other movies. We don't care that the Joker isn't gonna be in continuity with the other DC movies you got going on. It's not gonna be linked
Thank
with...
God.
It's not going to be linked with Suicide Squad. It's not going to be linked with Aquaman, Shazam, anything. It's its own little thing, and that's okay. If you want to set David Mazzia, I don't know his name either. I'm terrible.
Malzuz or something like that.
Yes, David Mazouz. Thank you. If you want to put David Mazouz in some other alternate reality, that's fine. But
We'll watch it.
We'll watch it. We will watch him be Batman because he is so freaking good. Oh my God.
As a bonus, if you throw in the actors who play the Riddler and Penguin and Cameron Monaghan playing the Joker,
make a Gotham movie. If Sex and the City can have a trilogy, you can have one for Gotham. Come on.
We're not going to be happy with just one. If they do one, they're going to have to do more.
That would be amazing.
Yes. We're fangirling and boiling here.
Assuming, of course, that they continue to do Cameron Monaghan, right?
Yes. Is it Monaghan or Monaghan?
It looks like Monaghan to me.
Yeah, but
But
doesn't
I don't
Monaghan
know.
look like Monaghan?
I don't know. But I hope that it's not as terrifying as it looks in the teaser.
Oh, I know. I'm going to be so disappointed if they ruin him.
What we need to remember about the Joker is that he is incredibly vain.
Yes, and Selena, the actress that plays Selena Kyle, definitely take her.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like she is Michelle Pfeiffer's descendant.
She is a baby Michelle Pfeiffer, and she is amazing.
Amazing little actress.
Yes.
Little actress. She's probably, a grown up, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on.
It's great chemistry between her and Mazouz.
I know. Oh my God. Okay, we have to stop. Focus. Story time.
Yes.
Time.
Back to Avengers. What'll they ever do?
Hey.
That was a joke.
Hey.
What?
Avenge the Fallen. Oh, did you guys see on Twitter the pictures where they had all the different the last words of the people before they disappeared?
No,
Oh
but
my
that
God,
sounds
my
horrible.
heart. My heart. Too much.
I would say my heart, except I just realized something really, really stupid. Endgame has been building up for like the last 10 years, right? Ever since the first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie. They have been building it up to this point where Thanos wipes out half of the universe. How can they do that and then continue to advertise other Marvel movies after all of these characters have allegedly been killed? Why are we seeing trailers for the next Spider-Man? At least give us the impression that he might be gone forever. I mean, am I the only one missing the drama here? I mean, of course, it's easy enough to speculate that everything could be undone what Thanos did if they just steal the gauntlet from him and then just a snap of their fingers, everything's back to normal. If it could be accomplished as easily as that, then it could be undone as easily as that. But at the same time, they're showing us advertisements for new Marvel movies as if, yeah, of course this isn't the end. Come on, guys. It's like... it'd be like having a cliffhanger at the end of an episode of Batman, and then just as the credits for that episode roll, the narrator pipes in with, "Oh, by the way, Batman and Robin got out okay." I mean, yes, we know that that's eventually going to happen, but we at least need the illusion that they might not. Right?
Yeah, apparently, the your audience agrees with you. Several in your audience agree with you. Bob knows how I feel.
Thank you, guys. I love you. I mean,
Okay,
I'm
are you
excited to
ready?
see the next Spider-Man movie as well, but not until after Endgame Part 2, so we see that he and the rest of his friends in the Marvel Universe are okay. Story progression. Come on, guys. Back on track.
Okay.
Next voice.
Steve Gutenberg,
Pass.
Beast Wars Megatron.
Yes. After Tony got back on his feet, he realized that Crimson Dynamo had done something before departing. He'd copied a computer file that contained some of Tony's blueprints. Great, Tony told Jarvis. Now he knows about all of my recent inventions, including how to make voice-activated armor. Yes. Next.
Kenny McCormick.
Who?
Kenny McCormick?
Teddy told his friend Wendy that he had disappeared himself. I spent so long working on the person to be a suit, he explained. He just gets shut down in an instant. I'm so upset! And what do you do when you're upset? Wendy asked. I tinker, Tony asked. So tinker, Wendy said. Build an even better suit.
Okay, who is Kenny McCormick?
He is the kid in the orange coat from South Park,
Oh, okay.
whose face is constantly covered. A quick recap there. Tony said he tinkers when he gets frustrated or upset, so that's what he's gonna do now.
Thank you for that, because I didn't understand one word.
Yeah.
Joe Swanson?
Now you guys are just thinking of new ways for me to do voices I've already done.
Uh-oh.
And that's just what Tony did. He worked tirelessly day and night building the best suit possible. This outfit wouldn't be overloaded so easily, because it would have double the power supply of his previous costume. He also gave his new suit the ability to control other electronic devices. Crimson Dynamo had stolen the plans to Tony's computer, but he hadn't stolen Tony's newest plan because it wasn't in his computer yet. It existed only in his head! Oh yeah!
Oh. Craven the Hunter?
Pass.
Congo's Tim Curry.
Oh boy. Just as Tony was putting the finishing touches on his new suit, his friend Pepper entered. She told him that Crimson Dynamo had just committed a robbery. When the police had captured him and taken off his armor, the vile villain had simply yelled, "Send me the suit!" And the suit had rebuilt itself all over his body. It was voice-activated armor. Dynamo had used the ideas he stole from Tony's computer. Tony decided it was time to take his new suit out for a test drive.
Okay. First, I think this is the first time I've heard you do that.
Me too.
Frozone.
Just as Crimson Dynamo was about to rob another bank, Iron Man flew into view and blocked his path. Once again, Crimson Dynamo tapped the blue button, and once again, electrical current filled Tony's suit. But this time, Iron Man's metal shell didn't show it out. In fact, he kept charging toward the Red Rogue. "How could this be?" Crimson Dynamo screamed, confused. "Let me just say, you're not the only one who gave your suit a makeover," Tony replied. Next.
Peter Griffin.
Yeah. Now the tables were turned. Each time the Crimson Dynamo tried to short out Tony's suit, the Iron Man became stronger and stronger. His armor became more filled with energy. Just as the Scarlet Scoundrel was nervously trying to figure out a way to defeat Iron Man, the Armored Avenger appeared before him and blasted the villain with his chest unibeam. The Crimson Dynamo tried to get back up, but he found that he couldn't control his own suit. It wouldn't even move. "I'm telling your costume to stay put," Tony explained. "My new outfit can control any electronic device, even yours." Oops, did I forget to mention that? Okay.
Yoda.
After the police took the Crimson Dynamo into custody, Tony got right back to work building an even better type of Iron Man suit. As he fiddled with a metal glove, he told Jarvis, "Learned a lot today, I have. You really get something right the first time you try it."
Just then, he accidentally activated the glove's repulsor ray and blasted a hole through his head. No, through the lab wall, it says. You... Don't you say, Jarvis replied. So, yeah. Tony Stark almost killed himself.
Isn't that funny?
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Someone from the
And-
Swan Princess.
What else is there? No, that does it for the stories from 5-Minute Avengers stories. That's 5 stories up. Shall we move on to our bonus
Oh
book?
wow, you're going through them fast tonight.
Am I?
Yeah,
What time is it?
not quite 6:30.
Oh, wow.
You did all that in an hour.
Well, what can I say? I'm good.
You may have to read a couple more stories out of there.
Oh, no.
But we can move on to the bonus book.
Or should we keep reading from that?
Take a little break and let's poll the crowd.
Ooh, I could do with some more water, actually. I'll be right back. Just hold that thought. Everybody. I shall hurry soon.
Yeah, let me know if you guys would like him to choose a different story or two out of the 5-Minute Adventure Stories book, or if we want to go ahead and move on to the bonus book. And we'll wait. Hopefully Yuri's back. I'm still taking your name. Who is Frollo? Guys, I don't know who Frollo is. I think you guys are sometimes trying to fool me. Sneaking in these anime voices and stuff. Because you know I don't know. Oh, I love you too. Claude Frollo? That doesn't help. But thank you. Oh, Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. We'll see what Bob can do. He'll be back. He just went to go refill his water. Come on, honey. How long does it take to fill up a cup? Do-do-do. Percival C. McLeish. I don't remember who that is.
Hey, sorry for the dead air, everybody.
I wasn't completely dead. I was trying to talk to him. And the consensus seems to be to move on to the bonus book and then go back and do a couple more stories from the Adventures book.
Very good. So anyway, for those of you who did not catch this morning's stream, the bonus book is ABC-3PO. It is a fun little romp through the Star Wars universe through the alphabet. And what is our first voice that we have here?
Someone from the Swan Princess movies.
The first I must introduce with C-3PO here.
Yes, of course.
Hello, I am C-3PO, Human-Cyborg Relations. I am fluent in over 6 million forms of communication. Welcome to an adventure in rhyme and space. Let's see. A is for Akbar. Poor Akbar, he tried. It really wasn't his fault. Blame those Empire thugs. It was a total assault. Unseen and unplanned for, he didn't know what to do.
So he yelled, "It's a trap!" And the phrase stuck like glue. That is my Jean Bob. Ugh. And and what is that one thing that he said? No, I'm not going to say it. It's a trap. Say it. Say it. No. I don't want to say the thing.
Fredberger?
Pass.
Doc Brown? You already did Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, he's only one guy, basically.
Yeah.
Sorry, Christopher Lloyd.
Roger Rabbit.
Please, be it for Boba Fett. A bounty hunter with a jetpack to boot. Where did Boba Fett find such a suit? Tougher than nails, he never ever fails. Unless there's a Sarlacc. Oh, shoot. And there he is getting pulled in by the Sarlacc. Because Boba Fett sucks. What? Come at me, brah. Next.
Next is Roger the Alien.
C is for C-3PO. He once called Chewbacca a flea-bitten furball, and R2 a fat glob of grease. For a protocol droid, his manners are awful. His grumblings never quite cease. But 3PO's got a heart of pure gold, or possibly iron or chrome. Either way, he's begrudgingly loyal, so he'll follow wherever you roam.
Oh, wait for me.
Luke Skywalker.
Pass.
Jar Jar Binks.
You're welcome.
Love Jar Jar.
What? T is for droids! Droids may be machines, but they have oh so much heart! Ever present, brave and true, their loyalty sets them apart. R2-D2, for example, never ceases to amaze. He truly the hero, he deserves all the praise. BB-8 is another little friend. Be it through thick or thin, he'll follow you to the end. And Chopper, well, Chopper will do just what he wants, but he does come in handy, so you can, if you can handle his taunts. Ah! Yeah, Jar Jar's got a nervous tick.
The narrator from Beauty and the Beast 1991.
E for Ewoks. Ewoks are tricky. They seem fluffy and cute. But if they attack, you might want to scoot. Sure, they like stories and feasts in the night, but don't get too close now. They've been known to bite.
Ooh. I like that one. Charlie Brown?
Pass.
Teen Titans Raven.
F for Finn. Finn was a stormtrooper, but he had to cut loose. This Kylo guy's evil, he'd come to deduce. Plus, his boss was a real pain in the armor. Phasma was hardly what you'd call a charmer. So off Finn flew in a stolen black tie. Good riddance, First Order. Good day and goodbye. And all of these characters kind of chibi-fied, but Finn in particular is like super bobbly-headed.
Dr. Evil.
G's for Greedo. Going somewhere solo? I see right through that grin. You hate knowing the odds, but here's one you won't win. This bounty is mine, of that I am sure. I can't wait to take you to Jabba's front door.
Professor Frank?
H is for Han Solo. A cantina in Mos Eisley, smoky, dim, and loud. In a corner, there is a smuggler, scruffy, cool, and proud. He owes Jabba money, and Greedo's well aware, but Han just draws his blaster and ends the whole affair with the blasting and the shooting, and oh goodness, now I'm dead.
Kylo Ren?
I is for IG-88. Little skin, tall and thin, a droid who seeks but rarely speaks. Can he find the one assigned? Darth Vader's not the forgiving kind. My grandfather doesn't love me.
Oh my goodness. Alright, I don't know. This is just. I feel like sometimes they like to trick me and they'll throw these things in, like you said, with the multiple voices of the same voice.
Let her know.
But I think this is a trick. Stupid, sexy Flanders?
That is a bit of a trick question. Are you guys asking me to do Homer Simpson, who says, "Stupid, sexy Flanders"? Or are you asking me to do Stupid, sexy Flanders, who feels like he's wearing nothing at all? Nothing at all. Nothing at all.
That would be the one.
J is for Jabba. On the planet of Tatooine, in a place none too clean, lived Jabba the Hutt, a creature whose gut was as giant as Jabba was mean. The slimy knave made Leia his slave, and with that, his end was foreseen. Italy.
John Cleese.
K for Kylo. Kylo, you're crazy. You've got to be kidding. A three-bladed lightsaber helps do your bidding? Come now, be civil. Have one blade or two. 3 is just cocky. We all know it's true. As he shows off his three-bladed saber to the other Darths. Really? Really?
Alan Cummings?
Pass.
Pass. Okay. Ba-dum-ba-dum. Batman the Animated Series is Mad Hatter.
Little Roddy McDowell action.
Ah.
L for Luke and Leia. Luke Skywalker was an only child. At least that's what he'd concluded. All alone in a desert with nothing to do, he just sat round and brooded. Meanwhile, in a palace fine, did Leia grow up in hiding, strong, smart, and capable, and over the Senate presiding. But after many years it was clear they were destined for greater things. Luke as a Jedi, and Leia a general, but best of all as siblings.
Very good.
Thanks.
We've kind of gotten out of order, but that's okay.
Of course.
They want to do some of these Star Wars. I can't find any of the Star Wars ones that they came up with that I know. You already did C-3PO.
Oh my.
Okay, I'm just going to go back to the in order. I'm sorry, I don't know if any of these are Star. Rocket Raccoon from your review?
See, that's the thing. I didn't do Rocket's voice for that review.
Oh, okay. Pass then.
Yeah.
Ollie Williams?
Oh, God. So how's that book? Looking, Ollie? It's kind of cute! Thanks, Ollie.
What? Is that it?
Yeah. M for Millennium Falcon! This bucket of bolts! This hunk of junk! She jostles and jumps from cockpit to trunk! But Han was lying! But Han wasn't lying! She's the best at flying until she breaks down with a clunk! Thanks, Ollie.
Okay, then.
Family Guy joke.
Ingrim the Thing.
Pass.
Herbert the Pervert.
And for Neenum. It's Rebels versus the Empire. A final showdown at last. Lando's flying the Falcon, along with a friend from the past. Neenum's been fighting for ages. He's a good guy through and through, and through and through, and But with a laugh and a well-timed blast, he bids his enemies adieu.
Harley Quinn.
Oh, for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jedi in a hut. Hermit hiding, waiting, but... Jedi, look, a droid is coming. Rolling, beeping, flashing, humming. Jedi R2's loyalty brings a plea from royalty. Jedi Princess Leia calls, will you leave these desert walls? Please put...
Krusty the Clown.
Hey!
Oh my god.
P is for Poe. He's the best there is at flying through space. Make no mistake, Poe Dameron's an ace. He's a pilot for the Resistance and fights First Order ties. It's his mission in life to take down the bad guys. So if ever you're in need of a helping hand, just find the black ship with a bright orange band. And that's all, kids!
Sean, I know who plays Iago. He's already done that one. No. Is Zoidberg a SpongeBob thing?
No, Zoidberg is
Okay.
from Futurama.
Zoidberg.
Q is for Qui-Gon Jinn already. In a galaxy far, far away, on one fateful Tatooine day, a powerful Jedi named Qui-Gon Jinn met a little kid named Anakin. Jedi training was Qui-Gon's plan, to raise the boy into a man. For Anakin's sense of the Force was so strong, what could possibly ever go wrong?
Nutcracker?
Back to the moaning Merle voice, I suppose.
Ah, yes, okay, NC, yeah.
Ugh.
For Rey. Rey was a scavenger, harder yet spry. She could fight off 6 Cheetos without batting an eye. But she was stuck on Jakku alone in the sun for years by herself till help she had none. Then one after another, Rey had such good luck. Then one afternoon, Rey had such good luck. She met a round little droid who was rather stuck. Rey cut BB-8 free from the net right away, and the two have been friends since that very day. Again, for some reason, this sounds like a little boy, I suppose.
How's your Beast Boy?
Pass.
Mickey Mouse.
As for stormtroopers, what's hiding underneath that expressionless white mask? Stormtrooper, what are you thinking? Is the question I'd like to ask. Do stormtroopers smile? Do stormtroopers cry? Is a stormtrooper a person or just a bad guy?
I'm sorry, that's still kind of a harsh question right there. I mean, yes, fine, they're expendable, but are they people? Yeah. Yeah, they are.
One thing is for sure, believe it or not, a stormtrooper is usually a terrible shot.
And the stormtroopers can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Dexter from Dexter's Lab?
Pass.
Maleficent.
I hate you.
Don't hate me, hate the person that suggested it.
T for TIE Fighter. Where are they coming from? How can this be? Just when you hit one, another 2 come. No 3. Do evil forces have an unlimited budget? It would seem so, if you count them and judge it. TIE after TIE gets blasted to bits, yet there's always another to join in the blitz.
Carries the Grinch.
You for Ankar Plot. The junk boss of Jakku is Ankar Plot, but he seems like a wannabe Jabba the Hutt. From his gut to his greed, he's the worst of his breed, yet he reigns, so don't try to rebut.
Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, God. Edward Scissorhands reading V for Vader.
Most folks would rather jump in a Sarlacc pit than ever hang out with Darth Vader. He's even less charming and much more alarming than a ticked-off Tusken Raider. Just look at Luke when he found out the truth. Sure, losing a hand is a bother, but a missing appendage is no big deal compared with Luke, I am your father. No.
Oh, here's a good one. Andrew Dice Clay.
Is he the nursery rhyme guy?
Yeah. Kind of hit a little bit like that, a little bit Milky Marvin thrown in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
W for Wookiee. A Wookiee makes the best co-pilot and friend. They're loyal and protective to the absolute end. Oh! Although they seem sweet with all of that fur, underestimate them and oh! The wrath you'll incur. This was actually a good voice for this one because it literally says oh! Right in there. Do you see it? It says oh! It's
Neat.
perfect. Chewbacca, for example, is deadly indeed. He might rip off your arms, so please do take heed. But trust me when I say Wookiees aren't all bad. Just let them win at Dejarik, and don't make them mad. Oh!
And for a complete change of pace, Panthy.
God.
X for X-Wing. A fighting pair, droid and human, astromech and rebel crewman. X-Wings need two to fly, two to climb, and touch the sky. Evil forces these ships condemn, all thanks to those who pilot them.
I think you do a better Panthy than you do me. I think I'm offended.
Oh.
I think I should be anyway.
Y'all?
Y'all? That's what you throw in there for me?
Sorry.
Hope that couch is comfy.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
Vincent Price. Which I wrote like, it looks like Vincent Price.
Y for Yoda. Small he might seem, and green he may be, but Yoda is smart, don't you agree? He's the wisest of sages, a Jedi Knight for the ages, and train you he will, if you plead.
Last one.
Amanda Clintron is a children's librarian, and she says she wishes she could hire you to do story time. That would be awesome.
Interesting.
You said last one?
Last one, yes.
Strong bad.
Z for Zeb. Zeb has a temper, but I wouldn't test it. As Ezra could tell you, you'd learn to regret it. A Lasat by birth and a warrior by trade, Zeb is a rebel, ready to come to your aid. Deleted.
Goodness gracious me. Finished already? You're quite clever, you know, for a human being.
Alright, let's do that one more time.
Around the horn.
Yeah, around the horn. Gomer Pyle.
Pass.
Okay. You've had two requests for this. You've had a request for Phaelus and a request for Phaelus's Wabu impression.
I can only do Phaelus because I haven't seen enough of him to know who Wabu is.
Okay, Phaelus then.
A for Akbar. Poor Akbar. He tried, but it wasn't really his fault. Blame those Empire thugs. It was a total assault. Unseen and unplanned for, he didn't know what to do, so he yelled, "It's a trap!" and the phrase stuck like glue.
I haven't even watched any Phaelus, and that's funny to me.
I gotta show you some of his stuff.
Yeah, I guess when we have time.
Yeah, maybe. Next.
Templeton the Rat from Charlotte's Web, the animated movie.
Pass.
F? Okay. I bet you could do it, you're not thinking about what it is. Bender.
B for Boba Fett. A bounty hunter with a jetpack to boot. Where did Boba Fett find such a suit? Tougher than nails, he never ever fails. Unless there's a Sarlacc. Ah, shoot.
You can't do Pokemon, that's anime.
Bite my shiny metal ass.
Boomstick?
Pass.
Gunnery Sergeant Hartman.
Pass.
Stinky
Stinky.
from A&O.
Oh God.
C for C-3PO. He once called Chewbacca a flea-bitten furball and R2 a fat glob of grease. For a protocol droid, his manners are awful. His grumblings never quite cease. I'm starting to sound like Adam Sandler here. But 3PO's got a heart of pure gold, or possibly iron or chrome. Either way, he's begrudgingly loyal, so he'll follow wherever you roam.
That's great. 3PO can follow me wherever I roam. You just go away, Stinky, okay? Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was
Templeton the Rat
Runt.
was Paul Lind. Does that help you at all?
Blah. Huh?
Okay.
Sorry?
I said Templeton the Rat was Paul Lind. Does that help you at all?
Actually, I think that helps me less.
Okay. Tim Allen.
D for droids. Droids may be machines, but they have oh so much heart. Ever present, brave, and true, their loyalty sets them apart. R2-D2, for example, never ceases to amaze. He's truly the hero. He deserves all the praise. BB-8 is another small little friend. Be it through thick or thin, he'll follow you to the end. And Chopper, well, Chopper will do just what he wants. But he does come in handy if you can handle his taunts.
Eeyore. That was Eeyore. I'm sorry. Cosmo Kramer.
Oh no, we didn't do Eeyore.
You didn't do. What did I just have you do?
Tim Allen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Eeyore. Oh goodness. It's been a day,
E
guys.
for Ewoks. Ewoks are tricky. They seem fluffy and cute. But if they attack, you might want to scoot. Sure, they like stories and feasts in the night, but don't get too close now. They've been known to bite. And they just bit off my tail again.
Cosmo Kramer.
Pass.
Randy Savage.
F for Finn! Oh, yeah! Finn was a stormtrooper, but he had to cut loose. This kind of guy's evil, he'd come to deduce. Plus his boss was a real pain in the armor. Phasma was hardly what you'd call a charmer. So off Finn flew in a stolen black tie. Good riddance, First Order. Good day and goodbye. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. All right. We're gonna do some Jeff Dunham characters, including the one we forgot last time.
I was gonna say, there wasn't any Ahmed last time, was
I
there?
know. Let's start off with Ahmed.
G for Greedo. Going somewhere solo? I see right through that grin. You hate knowing the odds, but here's one you won't win. This bounty is mine, of that I am sure. I can't wait to take you to Jabba's front door, and then I kill you!
And then Jose.
H is for Han Solo. A cantina in Mos Eisley, smoky, dim, and loud. In a corner there's a smuggler, scruffy, cool, and proud. He owes Jabba money, and Greedo's well aware, but Han just draws his blaster and ends the whole affair. On the stick.
Peanut.
I for IG-88. Middle skin, tall and thin, a droid who seeks but rarely speaks. Can he find the one assigned? Darth Vader is not the forgiving kind.
Oh my goodness, I'm a choke.
Holy
Walter.
crap, you're quick! It's like you know.
You know.
What was the next one?
Walter. Of course.
J for Jabba. What's so funny? Shut the hell up! On the planet of Tatooine, in a palace none too clean, lived Jabba the Hutt, a creature whose gut was as giant as Jabba was mean. Oh, it must be my wife.
Oh, hey, now. They're gonna think you're talking about me, buddy.
They know that I'm Walter.
Mm-hmm.
The slimy knave made Leia his slave, and with that his end was first seen. Holy crap, that sounds awesome.
Weird Al.
K for Kylo! Kylo, you're crazy! You've got to be kidding! A three-bladed lightsaber helps do your bidding? Come now, be civil. Have one blade or two. Three is just cocky. We all know it's true.
That was so good.
Thank you.
I lost my place. They want you to do a reading from my as though you are my ringtone.
Okay.
Basically, minion. Sing it as a minion.
Yes. L for Luke and Leia. Luke Skywalker was an only child, at least that's what he concluded all alone. In a desert with nothing to do, he just sat around and brooded. Meanwhile in the palace, finding Leia groping, hiding,
That was great! You did amazing with that!
Oh boy.
Doesn't he make a good minion? I think so.
King Bob!
King Bob! Ace Ventura, pet detective.
Yeah, I'll finish up this passage with that one. Strong, smart, and capable, and over-the-setted presiding. But after many years it was clear they were destined for greater things. Luke as a Jedi and Leia a general, but best of all as siblings. Alrighty then.
Oh, I wrote that place. How's your Marge?
M for Millennium Falcon. This bucket of bolts, this hunk of junk, she jostles and jolts from cockpit to trunk. But Han wasn't lying, she's the best at flying, until she breaks down with a clunk.
Count Olaf.
N for Neenum. It's rebels versus the Empire. A final showdown at last. Lando's flying the Falcon, along with a friend from the past. Neenum's been fighting for ages. He's a good guy through and through. Though with a laugh and a well-timed blast, he bids his enemies adieu.
Elmo.
Oh, and the letter O is for Obi-Wan Kenobi. Jedi in a hut, hermit hiding, waiting, but Jedi, look, a droid is coming, rolling, beeping, flashing, humming. Jedi R2's loyalty brings a plea from royalty. Jedi Princess Leia calls, will you leave these desert walls? Oh, I sure hope so.
That was a perfect one for Elmo to do, too.
Yay!
Yay! Kevin Bacon?
Pass.
He doesn't have an overly
No.
noticeable. I mean, his voice is not very unique.
No, it's not.
Homestar Runner.
P is for Poe. He's the best there is at flying through space. Make no mistake, Poe Dameron's an ace. He's a pilot for the Resistance and fights for order ties. It's his mission in life to take down the bad guys. So if ever you're in need of a helping hand, just find the black ship with the bright orange band. Yay!
Yay. So, okay, we're ready for the next one.
Yes.
Angry video game nerd.
Q for Qui-Gon Jinn. In a galaxy far, far away, on one fateful Tatooine day, A powerful Jedi named Qui-Gon Jinn met a little kid named Anakin. Jedi training was Qui-Gon's plan to raise the boy into a man. For Anakin's sense of the Force was so strong, what could possibly ever go wrong? Gee, I don't know. Probably an F-load of ass!
Oh my god.
Yeah, hard to do the Angry Video Gamer without a whole bunch of swearing in that.
Ugh, okay. Can you tell I've never seen him? Clint Eastwood.
R for Ray. Ray was a scavenger, hardened yet spry. She could fight off 6 Tito's without batting an eye. But she was stuck on Jakku, alone in the sun, for years by herself, till hope she had none. Then one afternoon, Ray had such good luck. She met a little round droid who was rather stuck. Ray cut BB-8 free from the net right away, and the two of them had been friends since that very day. Punk.
Sad strong.
Strong sad.
Oh, strong sad, okay.
S is for stormtroopers. What's hiding beneath that expressionless white mask? Stormtrooper, what are you thinking? Is the question I'd like to ask. Do stormtroopers smile? Do stormtroopers cry? Is a stormtrooper a person or just a bad guy? One thing is for sure, believe it or not, a stormtrooper's usually a terrible shot.
Daddy Derek.
Just like me.
Just ignore them, they'll stop. Daddy Derek.
T for TIE Fighter. Where are they coming from? How can this be? Just when you hit one, another 2 come. No, 3! Do evil forces have an unlimited budget? It would seem so if you'll count them and judge it. TIE after TIE gets blasted to bits, yet there's always another to join in the blitz. And that's just plain wrong.
Awesome.
And ignorance of the law is no excuse.
The lol. There's an L at the end of that.
I said lol.
Oh, okay. Ba-dum. Frollo?
Ooh, Frodo. U for ENCORE plot. The junk boss of Jakku is ENCORE plot, but he seems like a wannabe Jabba the Hutt. From his gut to his greed, he is worst of his breed, yet he reigns, so don't try to rebut.
Very good. Christian Bale's Batman.
As the Dark Lord himself, V for Vader. Most folks would rather jump in a Sarlacc pit than ever hang out with Darth Vader. He's even less charming and much more alarming than a ticked-off Tusken Raider. Just look at Luke when he found out the truth. Sure, losing his hand is a bother, but a missing appendage is no big deal compared with Luke, I am your father!
Oh,
Swear to me!
Oh, stop it. Here's a good one. Live action Beast.
Oh, jeez.
Do it justice.
W for Wookiee. A Wookiee makes the best co-pilot and friend. They're loyal and protective to the absolute end. Although they seem sweet with all that fur, underestimate them and oh the wrath you'll incur. Chewbacca, for example, is deadly indeed. He might rip off your arm, so please do take heed. But trust me when I say Wookiees aren't all that bad. Just let them win at Dejarik, and don't make them mad.
All right.
Are you happy?
I am.
For now.
Ooh.
Oh my. Remember, this is a family stream.
What's that?
So remember, this is a family stream.
I didn't say anything.
You're doing something over there.
I'm not doing anything. maybe in my mind, but that's different. Okay. Forrest Gump. That'll get me back to reality.
X for X-Wing. A fighting pair, droid and human, astromech and rebel crewman. X-Wings need 2 to fly, 2 to climb and touch the sky. Evil forces these ships condemn, all thanks to those who pilot them. Mama always told me life was like a TIE fighter. Or an X-Wing, whatever I'm talking about.
Oh my goodness. Speedy from A Card's Life.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Why for Yoda? Small he might seem, and green he might be, but Yoda is smart! Don't you agree? He's the wisest of sages, a Jedi made for the ages, and train you he will if you bleed!
Wow.
Lady Cluck?
Pass.
Little John from Disney's Robin Hood.
A little bit of John Harris action in there. Z for Zeb. Zeb has a temper, but I wouldn't test it. As Ezra could tell you, you'd learn to regret it. A Lasat by birth and a warrior by trade, Zeb is a rebel ready to come to your aid. And that's it.
Okay.
So
now we need to decide what other stories you'll be reading from Avengers 5-Minute Stories.
that is it for ABC 3PO.
Yes.
You know for sure that we want to go through Freaky Thor Day again?
Oh, we haven't done for Freaky Thor Day again?
Not in this stream, no.
Let's do Freaky Thor Day.
Okay. How many we want to do here?
Well, it's only 7:09.
Oh, only 7:09. Like, we haven't been going on for 2 hours here.
You haven't. You didn't get started until 5:30.
Let's see here. Freaky Thor Day, page 125.
Tell them the names of the others that we have not done yet so they can make suggestions.
We
One or
have not done Dino Time. Are we including titles from the last stream that we've done?
No, just do the titles you haven't done at all.
Okay. Yeah, that would be Dino Time, Lending a Wing, Calling All Avengers, Robin Hawk, and Friends for Life.
Okay. So if any of those sound good, write them down there. But we're going to start with Freaky Thor Day.
Yes. Freaky Thor Day. Where are you? There we go. Freaky Thor Day. Starting with whom?
Captain Kirk.
One morning, as the children of Hawkeye Elementary arrived at school, they heard a commotion on the street behind them. Thor and the Avengers had Loki cornered by the bus stop. Thor flung his mighty hammer, Mjolnir, at Loki, but Loki pulled a small, glowing object covered in Asgardian runes from his pocket. He smiled deviously, and suddenly there was a loud bang, and red rays shot from the object in all directions. One of the beams glanced off Thor's hammer and headed for a group of children on the stairs.
Jim Carrey's The Riddler.
One of the 5th graders, Kendra, was a student monitor for the kindergarteners. As she stood up with her group of children at the school steps, she saw Loki's energy blast coming toward them. Kendra quickly lifted her backpack to block the beam and shield the younger kids. The blast hit her bag with a loud pop. Everyone was safe, but when the smoke cleared, Loki was gone.
That's good. Well, this was good from last time. Spider-Ham.
Right away, Kendra felt a change in her backpack.
It was heavy and seemed to pulse with energy. But before she could examine it more closely, the teachers hustled all the children into the school. Kendra craned her neck to catch one last glimpse of Thor, her favorite Avenger, before the door shut behind her. Next.
Waspinator.
Outside, Thor knew something was wrong. He grasped the handle of his hammer, Mjolnir, and spun it around. Nothing happened. Thor could lift Mjolnir, but it seemed to be an ordinary, powerless hammer. What is it? Iron Man asked Thor. Something wrong. Though I still have my Asgardian powers, I think. Mjolnir's powers are gone.
That's good.
No. Why, universe hate Waspinator?
Lurch.
Next.
Gomez Adams.
Kendra headed to science lab. She was pretty sure the most exciting part of her day had already passed. Probably the most exciting part of her entire life, too. Nothing would stop seeing Thor in action. As Kendra walked into the lab, she adjusted her backpack, which still felt extra heavy. Suddenly, she heard shouting from the back of the room. Ha! Missed! Dirty
Very
pool,
good.
old man. I like it.
Yay. Dr. Doofenshmirtz?
Pass.
Mel Brooks. Ugh.
Ian, if you add any more of that compound, the whole thing will blow. Kendra's friend Omar was arguing with his lab partner, Ian. Kendra ran over the table. Ian was holding a vial of swirling red liquid over the bubbling beaker of their experiment. Just as Kendra reached him, Ian tilted his hand and began to pour the contents of the vial into the beaker. Yeah, sorry, Raven's not that much of a Mel Brooks fan.
Well, his voice is not as grating as some others, so I just don't like his movies.
Merchandising! Merchandising!
Whatever. Gollum.
Everything went into slow motions. Kendra saw the first drop hit the hot liquids. Then an explosion that practically froze in time. Fragments of glass and boiling hot chemicals hung in midair as they sprayed towards her classmates. Kendra's backpack seemed to pulse with energy.
Oh, I love Gollum.
So
Captain Spaulding?
The cat shellfish. So juicy, sweet.
Captain Spaulding, don't know them.
Okay. Dark Knight Rises Bane.
She wasn't sure what made her do it, but she pulled off her backpack and begun to spin it up and around in giant circles, the way she'd seen Thor swing Mjolnir that morning. The green and blue bag spun perfectly, swirling round and round to create a powerful vortex that sucked up the explosion, neutralizing it.
Skeletor.
Yeah, time snapped back into normal speed. No one was hurt. When Kendra looked down, her backpack was in her hand again. Had she imagined the whole thing? She looked around. Only one person seemed to have noticed what really happened. The new substitute science teacher, Ms. Castro. She looked at Kendra curiously, then pulled out her phone with an odd symbol of an eagle on it and made a call.
David Ogden Stiers?
Pass.
Yes, okay. The Wolf Castle from Simpsons.
Rainier Wolfcastle. At SHIELD headquarters, Thor and Nick Fury pulled over a surveillance video of that morning's encounter. There, right there, Thor tapped on the screen. Looks like Loki's mystical blast glanced off Mjolnir, said Fury. That must have stripped away the powers of my hammer, Thor said. But where did they go? Let's find out. Fury tapped the screen again, and they watched the video play in ultra slow motion. Just then, Miss Castro's face popped up on the communication screen. Agent Castro. Fury, Miss Castro said in a low voice, because this is what the lady sounds like. It's a good thing you stationed me at the school to monitor the after effects of the Avengers battle with Loki. You and Thor should come back to Hawking Elementary right away. Something odd is happening. Next.
G1 Optimus Prime.
Don't you mean just Optimus Prime?
I don't know.
Sorry, there are subtle differences. The real Optimus Prime sounds like this. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. The other Optimus Prime sounds like this. Give me your face.
Ah, okay. I believe it's sentient beings, Optimus Prime.
Yeah, let's go with the good one, shall we? On her way to recess, Kendra tried to figure out what was going on with her backpack. She took a peek inside, but she didn't see anything odd or out of place. Something must have happened when it was hit with that blast, she thought. But what? She spotted Omar on the playground. He was being hassled by Ian and his cronies. A group of kids had gathered around them. Kendra jumped up and down to see over their heads. "Aw, Omar's little girlfriend is here to save him," Ian sneered. "Just shut it, Ian," Omar shouted. "What did you say?" "I said shut it, Megatron!"
Prince John from Robin Hood?
Oh, Lord. Ian pulled back his fist to punch Omar. Kendra was too far away to stop him, but he had an idea. She held her backpack high in the air the way Thor held his hammer. She felt energy crackling around her. Suddenly, lightning flashed and a powerful clap of thunder shook the air all around them. Krakoom! Ah! Ah!
Oh my goodness. Gimli?
Ian and the other kids grasped and ran toward the school doors. "How did you do that?" Omar asked Kendra. Kendra shook her head in wonder. "Maybe," she started to say, but then she saw Miss Castro hurrying toward them. "Sorry, Omar, I've got to go." Kendra ran from the playground. Next.
Sylvester Stallone.
Thor and Nick Fury arrived at the school moments later. Miss Castro met at the door. "Kendra's gone," she said. "Where?" Fury asked. "I don't know." "Agent Castro, did she have the backpack with her?" Thor asked. "Yeah, she's done some rather interesting things with it today. Do you know something about that?" Thor and Fury looked at each other, and Thor took a deep breath before he spoke. "Loki's blast gave Kendra's bag the powers of Mjolnir."
Shaggy.
Like Kendra wondered whether she was dreaming. Her day was getting weirder by the minute, Scoob. She had to find Thor and figure out why her backpack seemed to have the same abilities as his hammer. But as she turned the corner by the bank, she heard an alarm and yelling from inside. 3 masked men burst out of the bank doors and headed right for her. Yoinks!
And Matthew Lillard is the natural heir to Casey Kasem's Shaggy. No one else should be playing Shaggy. That is the end of my rant.
Wait. Shaggy was originally played by Casey Kasem?
Yeah, wasn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Casey Kasem, and then Matthew Lillard did in the live action Scooby-Doo. I believe it's just live action. Did he do the cartoon voice? I'm not sure. But
I don't know about that, but yeah, he was in the live action Scooby, wasn't he?
Yeah, and the newest Scooby, which I can't remember if it's live action or not, they told him via tweet that someone else had gotten the role. That's how he found out that he didn't get it. Boo!
Sorry,
And he also plays Deansy in Good Girls. I love Matthew Lillard. Okay, back on track. Sorry about that.
Yes, you love Matthew Lillard, but you got a problem with me loving Pee-wee.
I have seen Matthew Lillard play D&D. If he wasn't awesome before, he's extra awesome now. He's got all the awesome sauce.
Uh-huh.
Shut up, you don't understand.
You don't understand.
You don't understand.
Me.
You're not nerd enough.
You're not near enough. Uh-oh. Sorry, just a moment. It occurs to me we lost our awesome background here.
Uh-oh.
There it is. Bink. Cool. Okay.
I'm being told in chat that he did indeed do some Shaggy in the recent animated stuff as well.
Cool. But anyway, next voice.
Next voice is Mr. Incredible.
Kendra wanted to run, but she knew what she had to do. She slid her backpack off her shoulder and threw it into the air. It flew as straight as an arrow toward the bank robbers and knocked them down like bowling pins. 1, 2, 3. Instinctively, she reached out her arm and the bag returned to her hand. Getting pretty good with that, Kendra, said someone with the deep voice behind her. And he went on to say, "Yeah, baby!"
Quagmire.
Alright.
Oh, God.
Kendra turned slowly. Thor! You protected a lot of people today, he said. How you feeling? Pretty tired, actually, Kendra said. That kind of power can be a lot to manage, Thor said gravely. Especially without practice, added Nick Fury. Though for someone with no formal training, he trailed off, lost in thought. Thor smiled at Kendra. But you proved you have a brave and worthy heart, Kendra. Especially when you selflessly protected those children from Loki's blast this morning. That's why you could bear Mjolnir's weight and wield its power. But now we need to get your bag back to S.H.I.E.L.D. Labs to reverse the power transfer. Kendra nodded and handed the bag to him. We'll have this back to you soon, he promised. They began to walk away, but then Fury suddenly stopped and turned to Kendra. Have you considered a career in fighting global threats against you? Fury! Thor interrupted. That can wait. We have to go now. Oh!
And the next one, Brainy Smurf?
I can give that a go.
Okay.
The next morning, Kendra's backpack was waiting for her in the front hall. She picked it up. It felt normal again. She tried spinning and throwing it, but it just landed with a pleasant thud a few feet away. When Kendra opened the backpack, she smiled. Inside the front pocket was a note. At that moment, Kendra decided that that had been the most exciting day of her whole life. And the note said, "Great job, kid. We'll be in touch. Signed, Papa Smurf." And Papa Smurf is always right.
Very good. Ed from Ed, and Eddie.
Don't know Ed from Ed, and Eddie. But we need to decide on our next story now.
Oh, okay. I think we've got time for one more.
Let's do something out there and ridiculous. Let's do Dino Time.
Let's do it.
In the tradition of Alpha and Omega, which knows entirely what it's doing.
Exactly. Cobra Commander.
63.
The Avengers have been very busy. Between dealing with the Taskmaster and thwarting another one of Loki's plots, they've barely had time to sit back and relax. Suddenly, Tony had an idea. Why don't we build a time machine?
Oh, yeah, sure. Why don't we just build
What? To go back in time and fight Loki again? Bruce asked. No, thank you. Not to go back in time, Tony said. To slow time down. That way we can get some more rest before the next battle. Bruce thought for a moment. That's actually not a bad idea. I'm in.
Jabba the Hutt.
I'm sorry. How many times is Tony Stark going to do something that completely screws up the world?
Of course, with Bobsheaux, you get commentary on these children's stories.
Of course. Shut up. Jabba the Hutt, you said?
Jabba the Hutt, yes.
Okay.
The two of them went straight to work in Tony's lab. They couldn't wait to share their invention with the rest of the Avengers. When they were done, Tony called Nick Fury to tell him the good news.
Nick Cage.
It's our best invention yet, he said. We're thinking of a cool name for it. Something snazzy like the Machine of Time. How about the Mistake of Time, Fury replied, pointing at the window to a disturbance in Central Park. It looks like your little machine may have opened up a portal into another time period. Really, wow, this thing is even better than I thought, Tony said. I wonder what time period the portal leads to. And it looks like it's holding up a PKE meter from Ghostbusters. How's my what?
How's your Loki? Your Tom Hiddleston's Loki?
Pass.
Okay, we tried.
Oh my god, dinosaur splash page! Ah!
What's that?
Sorry, I said that wrong. Oh my god, dinosaur splash page! Rawr!
Oh my goodness.
Next, please.
I said Jerry Lewis.
Tony soon got his answer, the Cretaceous period, with the dinosaurs and the lots of them charging through Central Park with the screaming people randomly running in different directions as the T-Rex come crashing through with the giant teeth and the little bitty arms that aren't very good for much. You're welcome.
Moonanite?
Pass.
Okay. Original Mad Hatter.
Fury glared at Tony. Whatever you did, you better fix it quick before I get really mad.
Well, that was perfect.
And get off start by getting Bruce really mad, Tony said. Moments later, Iron Man and the Hulk were racing toward the dinosaurs in Central Park.
Jeff Goldblum.
Hulk smash!
Jeff Goldblum?
Yes, please.
I'm starting to see why these things went extinct, Iron Man said, firing 2 repulsor beams at an incoming pterodactyl. They're not very sophisticated creatures, are they? Hulk smash! Yelled the Green Avenger, slamming his body into a T-Rex. Then Iron Man shook his head. You know what? Never mind. Yes.
He's already done the Moaning Myrtle voice twice, guys. I don't think he wants to do it a sexy Moaning Myrtle voice. Let's not. Yeah, let's not go there.
Moaning Myrtle.
Sexy Moaning Myrtle voice, yes.
Oh, Lord. What? Help me out. How would that even go?
Well, there is a part in one of the movies, the contest, the tournament, the Tri-Wizard tournament, where the Goblet of Fire, that's the one it's in, and she's sidled up to Harry in the bathtub trying to help him with the hint, and she gets all, which is cute, but no. No.
No.
Can you do the ghostly trio?
The 2 Avengers fought valiantly, but more and more dinosaurs kept coming through the portal. Soon Iron Man and the Hulk were hopelessly outnumbered.
Iron Man was about to blast another pterodactyl when a raptor chopped down on his arm, causing the beam to misfire.
A little help here, Iron Man called out. Hulk started to come to his aid, but a swarm of dinosaurs attacked him at that moment. He was surrounded.
Chris Tucker.
Hey man, wasn't our time machine supposed to give us a little more rest and relaxation? Iron Man said. That's exactly what I had in mind. The 2 superheroes were a little... Wait, is that Chris Tucker I'm doing?
I think so.
Yes. I was getting him confused with someone else for a moment. The 2 superheroes were still struggling against the dinosaurs when a tricolored beam shot through the sky, scattering them so Hulk could muscle through.
There you go. Han Solo.
Hulk barely had any time to get out of the way before another powerful beam caused a small explosion, sending dinosaurs flying in multiple directions. Iron Man freed himself and flew up into the air, where he was able to see the source of the explosive beam. It was Thor who had sent the lightning bolt through the air. He and the rest of the Avengers had come to help. Yahoo! Alright, let's pull this baby and go home.
Sorry, I was removing a message that wasn't very nice. Let's see. Stanley.
Fury said you guys were getting some rest and relaxation, said Captain America. Looks like you could use a hand. Iron Man smiled as he saw the other Avengers. Oh, you know me, he said. I can never sit still for too long. I know, Cap said. Sometimes I wish you would. Thor raised his mighty hammer. Well, now is not the time for sitting. Now is the time for hunting. Who is with me? Excelsior!
I was waiting for that. Inigo Montoya.
The battle was much more evenly matched with the other Avengers there. Hulk looked around and ran toward a nearby baseball field. Iron Man called after him. Really, Hulk? This is no time to be playing games. But Hulk wasn't playing. He said, I am Bruce Banner. You killed my dog. Prepare to die.
I love it. Pepe Le Pew.
He grabbed the metal fence that enclosed the field and tore it loose. He tore it up, or he held it up as the other Avengers guided the dinosaurs toward it, and then he wrapped it around the dinosaurs and steered them in. With one gigantic heave, Hulk then kissed the dinosaurs one by one. He swung the entire package back through the portal, which contracted and disappeared with an ear-splitting pop. Last one.
So cute. Oh, this is the last one?
Yes.
Oh, no.
Let's make it a good one.
Mr. Hanky.
Now that's what I call a home run, Iron Man said.
God.
After all the dinosaurs have been taken care of and the Avengers have cleaned up the city, Tony and Bruce locked up the time machine in the basement. Hey, I think I know what went wrong, Tony said. All this time we were trying to slow down time to get some more rest. What we should be doing is speeding up time so our battles can go faster. Bruce just shook his head and smiled. Okay, I'm in.
Yay.
Bruce, stop listening to Tony's ideas. They never work.
We didn't get to everything.
No, we did not. I guess we'll just have to save those other stories for another stream, won't we?
I know. And don't forget, it's not too late to subscribe. For $1, you can attend the next live stream, which will be patron exclusive tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific time. We'll be reading all different books, 2 bonus books.
Mm-hmm.
The Batman
The main of which
stories.
is 5-minute Batman stories.
5-minute Batman stories, yes indeed.
You know you want to check this one out.
And $1 a month, and you get access to all of his patron exclusive videos, guys.
Indeed.
Definitely worth $1 a month.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Is it not worth
so we can get
$1?
to all these that we did not get to today, such as Slimer,
Oh, God.
Gizmo, Fry from Futurama,
Oh, jeez.
Ed Wood, Woody from Toy Story, Piglet. Would you have been able to do Lampy from the Brave Little Toaster?
I could give it a go.
Fun fact, little baby Bobsheaux was a huge fan of the Brave Little Toaster.
Oh, Lord.
It's so cute. His dad, for Christmas one year, got him a toaster, a real toaster, and took the guts out of it and gave it to him with the...
Slapped a cartoony face on it, and the rest of my family was so confused.
And he did an impression of little bitty Bobby, saying, I love the Brave Little Toaster. And I melted all over the place. That was adorable.
Yes, but baby, you got it wrong. It's my mother who's supposed to be sharing these embarrassing stories about me, not you.
Let's see, what embarrassing story? I saw pictures. Oh my goodness.
Oh God, no.
Bobsheaux and his siblings were rarely clothed. They were always naked. Little nudist colony.
And we are done here. Bye, guys.
I saw lots of little Bobby.
I hate you so much.
Here's some others that we can do tomorrow at the Patron exclusive. We can do Robin Williams the Genie, Bela Lugosi, Beetlejuice, Pingo.
Oh God, no, Pingo.
Wobbly,
Who?
Thanos,
What was the last one you said?
Bobby Wobbly,
Oh God.
Pudgy the Parrot,
Not ringing a bell.
Chief Wigman.
Chief Wiggum?
Yeah, that one. Thanos, Benvolio, from Romeo and Juliet, Sealed with a Kiss.
Oh, not freaking Benvolio.
Dark Helmet, Audrey 2,
Could do him.
Groundskeeper Willie from The Simpsons.
And so many Scots.
Is that another Scott?
It is.
Stitch,
Oh, boy.
Piglet, Jonah Hex. I'm not sure who that is.
But anyway, yes. Lots and lots of voices to choose from. You guys want to hear them, don't
That's
you?
just the ones that you were requested today that we didn't get to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So. And
So
for the
many that could be requested in channel.
What's that?
So many that can still be requested in channel that's not listed here.
That's right. That's right. So many. And at the Patron exclusive live stream, we take extra care because there's not as many there. We take extra care to make sure that just about everybody's request gets fulfilled. So it's a lot of fun. It's a little bit slower pace. We get to enjoy. We get to chat more. It's a lot of fun. So like I said, $1
Always.
a month. And you can get access to all of the Patron exclusive live streams. You can get access to the Patron exclusive videos. You can get access to the extra stuff. Like, didn't you do a trailer reaction not too long ago that you put on Patreon?
I think I did that for Bumblebee. I think that was Patreon exclusive.
Yeah. Well, there's a Joker trailer. I'm gonna make him do a reaction for it. It's gonna go on Patreon. You guys are gonna want to see it.
Oh, I thought it was going to be public. No? Patreon?
Patreon.
Oh, you are so mean.
You got to give your patrons that extra little bit, because quite honestly, patrons tend to get their videos tend to get put off to go to the next theme month, which if you're noticing, we're not doing this month. We're making sure we're taking extra time to finish the theme month, so we're not worried about it being in April.
Yeah.
We're getting caught up,
Yeah.
we're taking time, and we're making sure that the patrons are getting taken care of too.
It's a weird conundrum. I want this to be my full-time job, so it'll be easier for me to make videos, all of them, on time. But in order for me to do that, I can't be working, but I can't not be working yet because this isn't my full-time job, so what do I do?
So it's a process. We're getting there.
It is a process. It's a learning process.
But very soon he's going to be sending out comic books. He's going to be sending out artwork for the patrons of those tiers. And the artwork is so much fun.
You flatter me.
Yeah, you don't see the artwork. The artwork that he puts out, which I am going to have him start putting up on DeviantArt. The artwork he puts out, he kind of does just off the cuff from based on some of the reviews he's done in the past few months.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not something that you're going to not be able to. It's not going to be something you're going to be able to get and put up on your wall or even see really unless you're one of his patrons. So there you go.
Just something to bear in mind. Yeah.
Yes. Hey Raven, did he really ruin date night with Beauty and the Beast? Was it just a skit for the video? I'll let him answer that question.
I'll field that question. Raven is a very, very instrumental part in my reviewing process, because I'm not always going to know what makes for a good talking point or a good joke, and Raven, who considers herself uneducated in the ways of talking about film, and
she doesn't even think she's all that funny. Sorry, baby, I disagree
I'm
with
not
you.
funny.
See, there you go.
Ask my children. They tell me that I have no sense of humor.
Well, that's because mommy's scary, as it should be. But no. As someone who believes her to be ill-informed in the world of talking about movies and who has no sense of humor, she makes for the perfect audience to bounce ideas off of. If I can make her think about something, and if I can make her laugh, then it's working. Then this is going to be a good thing to talk or joke about for this review. And because she's got a sharper memory than me, it's easier for me to remember things that might have slipped my mind. Something might look like a plot hole at some point later in the movie, but then she'll remind me with, oh no, that's actually not a plot hole because of this other thing that happened before. Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you, baby. So yeah, she is very helpful in my reviewing process. And even in our date nights when we are not watching anything for one of my reviews, it's inevitable. I'm going to poke fun at the movie here and there, all in good fun. Just in jest.
That's part
because
of my fun, is having him make me laugh about the movies that we're watching.
Exactly.
Even the ones he's enjoying.
Even the ones I'm enjoying. I riffed on Moulin Rouge quite a bit, which was a really good date movie.
Oh, yes.
And then came Beauty, and I also need to mention that if ever there is a point in my reviews where Raven chimes in with something, that is almost always, like 99% of the time, based on something that actually happens. I say something which might seem off-color, she'll chime in with, "You can't say that! Oh, come on!" or something like that, I don't know. So, yes, her interaction with me in every review is very, very real, because it comes from a real place. A real moment that happened while watching the movie. I do want authenticity in my opinions and jokes about these things. But then came Beauty and the Beast, which was not slated to be a movie that I was going to review. This was purely date night material.
Wait, hold on. Let me just a little addendum here. When we saw each other for the first time in California.
Yes.
We went to Disneyland, and we went to the little preview theater that they had, which talked about Beauty and the Beast together. This was one of our first things we ever did together, and I told him how anxious I was to see the movie.
And
keep that in mind.
And it certainly didn't help that this preview theater that they were showing this little bit from Provincial Life, the song that Emma Watson doesn't sing at the beginning of the movie. That theater used to be the Muppet Theater, where they held Muppet Vision 3D, one of my favorite attractions of California Adventure. But no, they took it out for what? That's right, a Frozen thing! Yeah!
Oh, let it go.
Anywho, so yeah, since then, that little theater has been Disney's kind of little preview theater for their latest upcoming projects, and that time around it just happened to be Beauty and the Beast. So Raven was all hyped up for it. I was apprehensive, leaning on kind of annoyed because you took down the Muppets. Why did you do that? And we saw that little preview, and I was very much still on the fence about it. Like, was there something wrong with her singing or something? I don't know. Was I hearing it properly? But yeah. Then date night comes, and we sit down and we watch the movie. And again, I'm always talking about this, that, or the other as we're watching the movie. It usually enhances the experience. But this time, I could not turn my reviewer's brain off. And everything that came on the screen, there was something wrong with it.
It was paused more often so that he could make his riff on it and trash it more than it was playing.
Mm-hmm. And usually Raven likes it when I make a little comment here and there, but it eventually got to the point where she was feeling stupid because of what I was saying.
No, I wasn't feeling stupid. I was feeling like you thought I was stupid for
Yes,
liking the movie.
yes. Sorry, pardon me, yes.
We did not finish it on that first night.
We did not finish it on that first night, and I was in trouble. If we were living under the same roof and if there was a couch, guess where I would be sleeping? That's right, I would have the bed, she would take the couch because she would volunteer, because she's lovely like that.
No, you'd been lucky if I'd let you kept you in the house. Seriously, I was offended.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't just, oh, well, I really was looking forward to this movie. He made me feel like I was an idiot. Like, he thought I was an idiot for liking the movie, for enjoying it. So we really did have quite the discussion.
There were words flown.
Just so you know, the most romantic thing that I have ever had done for me in my life was done by Bobsheaux. So it's like, I know he has it in him. And for him to just take the romance that I was trying to create with this date night movie, we had a nice meal together over Skype, and we watched the movie, and it was great. And anyway, date night did not progress past the movie. Put it that way.
It did not. And I'm sorry, the library thing. I'm sorry for harping on this, but this was the Beast's first really big gesture of kindness, and that he wanted to show his appreciation for the person that Belle is. Okay, so he didn't know quite how to do that, so he had to ask around for some advice, but when he got it, he wanted to really give her that library because he knew she would love it.
And they just changed it a little bit, and he's like, look, of course I've read some books. I'm showing off because I am a pompous ass. And of course I've read, look at all these books that I have. And when he sees her face light up, and he's like, oh, you like this? Well, if you like it so much, it's yours.
It's nothing but
that was a gesture.
It's an afterthought.
It was not an afterthought.
It was an afterthought. Oh, you like books? Okay, here, fine, take it, whatever. I'm not going to use it. I'm sorry, that's what it was.
And I thought you'd learned your lesson.
Oh. Spoiler alert, as Disney Remake Month will progress, we will see that I have not quite learned my lesson.
No.
Oh.
And see, my suggestion from earlier, or was from yesterday, I think it was, is that when the Maleficent 2 comes out, I think we should watch it as a date night movie.
No! No. That was the first movie I ever walked out of. The sequel will not be able to redeem it. It won't. It's gonna be horrible. You can't call it the Mistress of Evil when there is no Mistress of Evil.
She's just misunderstood. She's the victim because of the big scary man world.
I have a theory about how Maleficent is going to be the quote-unquote Mistress of Evil in the sequel.
It's not gonna happen.
My theory is that Prince Philip's mother, played by Michelle Pfeiffer, Queen Ingrid, is going to be evil. Okay? She is going to be out to get help me.
Aurora?
Aurora, thank you. Not Belle. Drew a blank.
You're the fairy godmother, that bitch.
Shut up. She is going to be she's going to harm, or be out to harm Aurora. And because Maleficent is, taking on the role of Aurora's mother figure, since Aurora doesn't have parents anymore, she is going to be badass, evil Mama Bear kind of evil. That's how she's going to regain the title of Mistress of All Evil, because she is going to lay Queen Ingrid out. with her evilness.
I'm
But
sure.
that's not
I'm
going
sure
to
there
mean that
are
she's
many
going-
words that you could apply to Maleficent, Mama Bear. Vindictive, protective, evil. No, he can't be evil when you're out there protecting someone who is like a daughter to you. That's not gonna work.
Oh, we're gonna see how it's gonna work.
It's gonna work
Maybe not
badly.
for date night, but we're gonna watch it.
Not for date night, please, baby. I'm begging you, no. You're gonna like it. I'm gonna not like it. It's gonna be terrible. I'm not gonna be able to turn this off either. Please understand that. But I had a theory. I had a theory for the Mistress
theory?
of Evil, and it is this: when Maleficent is originally cursing baby Aurora to prick her finger on that spinning wheel on her 16th birthday, she is also planting a little memory switcheroo in her little baby brain. She is cursing Aurora so that she interprets everything wrong. It turns out that the fairies who take her in are actually very, very good with children, like they say they are. Like in the animated movie, they are in fact very competent, and they raise her to young adulthood like they're supposed to. They are very good legal guardians. Also, like in the animated film, King Stefan and his queen are the most fair and just rulers that any kingdom could want. But because Maleficent basically reprograms Aurora's brain, she thinks that Maleficent is the only good guy, while everyone else in the kingdom is pure evil.
Oh my god.
And that is the ultimate revenge. Making your enemy's children love you and not them. That is evil.
That's horrible.
Yes, it is. And that's what happens when Maleficent is apparently that pissed off. I am going to steal the one thing that matters the most in the world to you. And the worst thing about it, they're gonna give themselves to me willingly. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen because that would require balls! That would require completely undoing everything that the first movie did. And we know that Disney's not gonna do that.
Beetlejuice 2 is not happening, honey. I just saw someone said, Beetlejuice 2 is happening. No, it's been shelved, and Tim Burton doesn't think it'll ever get made.
No.
And we are sad.
And we are sad. Because Tim Burton is really the only person who can do Beetlejuice justice. Possibly Henry Selick. But he doesn't have a
warning, Lego Spaceman, I'm gonna ban you. Do it again.
Lego Spaceman, what's that? What did he do?
I'm not gonna say.
Oh dear.
That's all the attention that I'm going to give them.
Sorry, buddy. But yeah, maybe Henry Selick could do Beetlejuice 2, since he jokes that he's from the same planet as Tim Burton. But then again, he doesn't have a very good track record for live-action films, does he?
No.
But, yeah, only Burton could do that. And he's never comfortable doing sequels. If he doesn't want to do it, then no, it's not happening.
It wouldn't be good without him anyway.
No. Because
it doesn't sound like it's something he's interested in exploring.
If he was interested in it, he would have tackled it a long time ago. When he first did Batman, he was worried that he would be stuck in doing these big Hollywood pictures where the director has significantly less control than the producers. So then when he was approached with the chance to do a Batman sequel, he was told by the producers that, hey, you know what? Why don't you make this more of a Tim Burton film than a Batman film, per se? And that is what he did, and wow, was the critical reaction to that mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, now that we've ranted and explained that, yes, to answer your question, that was a real thing.
That was a real thing. The arguing that you saw between me and Raven in that review was real.
Well, the arguing was recreated. Put it that way.
Yes.
But it happened. It was a thing that went down between us. And
it was based on real arguments.
That was the most serious, unimportant thing we've ever fought about. You know, we've had a couple of fights. We don't fight very often, but we've had a couple of
fights do happen because
about
couples,
things
that's
that
what
matter.
happens. Yeah.
Yeah. We don't fight over things that don't matter generally.
Not really, no.
But for some reason that just struck me wrong, and I felt like he was being mean to me, and yeah.
You know
So,
that's not what I'm going for. I'm sorry,
I
baby.
know that now. I have mostly forgiven you, but then you come and say crap like the thing about the library again, and you don't listen.
Do you want me to compromise my values? Like some
So
other
do you-
critics out there?
I started to say, do you want to... No, I'm not going to say that.
No, I don't want that.
Or you don't want to not have that, I guess is what I was thinking anyway.
No, I don't want to not have that.
No, I don't ever expect you to compromise your values.
Thank
But
you.
there are times when you should learn that it's okay to shut the hell up and just enjoy the romance.
Yes, the romance.
Or just to shut the hell up and enjoy the romance's effect on your lady.
That works too.
That would have been a better choice.
No. Ah! Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
She's a wonderful actress. I can't defend her singing.
Thank you.
But she's a wonderful actress.
It could have been Emmy Rossum. It could have been Anna Kendrick.
But it wasn't.
It could have been Anne Hathaway.
Oh, it could have been Lily James.
That would be nice, but no, it couldn't have. Not right
No.
after. Not right after Cinderella. No.
Oh, well.
But yeah, it could have been Lily James. That would be nice.
She was good.
She was good.
You can't say much else.
Nope. No, we can't.
It's coming.
It's coming, yes. It's just about time to wrap up, I think.
It is definitely time to wrap up, and I'm about to really dash.
Where are you off to?
The restroom.
The restroom! Ah!
But it's been fun, guys. Thank you for attending. I hope to see all of you there tomorrow. It's not too late to pledge that $1 a month.
It is not.
And you get
Yes,
access
thank you
to
guys
all
for
kinds
joining. This
really
was a
great
lot of
content.
fun.
Yes, someone asked you at one point, do you enjoy doing these these Storytime live streams?
I do enjoy doing this. I will do... I am trying to make this a job, but it needs to be a job that I love. Otherwise, what is the point? If I'm not enjoying this, then I could just be working any job that I'm not enjoying. But no, I want to enjoy myself doing the reviews, these live streams, and I do. So, yes, I am indeed enjoying myself. And if there's anything that suggests that I'm not, then I apologize, and apparently I need to work on that.
But no, he enjoys this. We all enjoy. I love hearing him do his
I
voice. I
I
had no idea he could do as many as he does.
I'm learning them too. There is one thing I don't enjoy, and that's the starting process. Come on, YouTube, work with me!
You'll get it figured out. You did better today than you have before.
I did much better today, flaws aside.
One little flaw, before it was like almost an hour late at one point. This was a few minutes.
Yes.
Less than 15 minutes. You're doing great.
Yes, definitely. It is a learning process, but I'm getting it.
Yeah. So we will see you guys hopefully tomorrow.
Indeed.
Thanks for joining us, and we will catch you next time. Mwah.
Right.
Bye-bye.
See you later, guys, and mwah, you get a kiss from me too, because I love you. And we are ending stream.